Hello, 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 and that just kind of jumped straight to me. So, how y'all doing? I'm having a good day. How about you, Levi?
Oh, Dane, feels good. It's Thursday, Friday Eve.
Yep.
I know it's Anthony's favorite time of the week.
It is my favorite time of the week because we're one day away from Friday, right?
Yep.
This is
Good.
a time where we get to come together, have the camaraderie amongst friends, right?
Yep.
And what feels like family.
Yeah.
And then crack open a couple, Pepsi beverages,
Yep.
sit here, answer questions for 2 hours straight.
2 whole hours.
But then obviously have some fun in there, right? Talk about things that you would never expect us to talk
Yeah.
about, right? Things that maybe not be kosher, as some would say.
Okay.
But we like to just jump into things and make things fun.
Well,
interesting.
we made it a little more festive. We got the Christmas decorations up, and we're rocking a couple new flavors of beverages, courtesy of our friends at Pepsi. Right now, Dane and I are enjoying some of the new Mountain Dew Thrashed Apple.
It's
like an
appropriately
apple cider.
named.
Tastes like an apple cider.
Yeah.
It's kind
No,
of a
I'm
nice,
kinda
it's perfect
digging
for this, winter season. Have a nice cold, ice cold apple cider.
Yeah.
It's delicious. Also, rocking the new Pepsi Cola Soda Shop cream soda cola. It's not diet, but man, it is decadent.
I was going to say,
Delicious.
normally I would only have sugar-free, but this one didn't have that
didn't
option.
come
so
in
I
it
just
yet. Yeah.
tried it this way. If
Yeah.
they made a sugar-free
That's
option,
also why we only bought it in cans.
I would, This is good, though, I will say.
And Anthony, you're rocking what formerly was known as a Mountain Dew Rise.
Oh.
Now known as Mountain Dew Energy. That's one of the fan favorites here at TRC. Getting that little bit of housekeeping out of the way, paying the bills, as I like to say, I got a big announcement.
Oh,
Anthony, could you grab that Brooks box back there?
Brooks box.
Very gently. Don't damage
As
the ornaments.
everything collapses around it.
So,
Shattered.
while everybody's getting into the chat, getting going, here's the thing. We are giving away 2 pairs of your choice of Brooks running shoes. 1 pair per winner. That's right. 2 people are going to win their very own pair of Brooks running shoes. What could it be? That's up to you.
Don't worry, it
But-
won't be empty when you get it.
Yeah, it won't be empty. It'll have the shoes that you chose and the size that you wanted. So from now until the 23rd of December, you can enter. Now, we've created a Google form document. I emailed it to Dane. I don't know if you put it in the description of this. I asked you to.
I did not. I didn't
Okay.
hear that part.
I said,
But I'll
Dane,
add it
put it in the description
afterwards.
So, and then Nick has also has the link.
Yeah.
Perhaps he could comment as the rag company and put it in
That
the
would
comments for
probably
you
be
guys.
best.
We're also going to post the Google form on the rag company discussion group on YouTube on our Facebook page.
That's the best place
Now,
to find them.
here
I'll pin
are
it.
the rules. You have from now until the 23rd, 1 entry per person. Basically, give us your email address.
Duplicates get ignored.
Yep. You're just gonna log in on the Google Doc, give us your email, and here's what you have to do. You have to upload a receipt stating of a company or nonprofit in which you donated to. So Dane, you're looking at possibly getting something, maybe moving, things like that. You need to clean up the old house,
Yeah.
right? Maybe you're going to take it down to the youth ranch or to the St. Vincent's or
Goodwill,
to the
something like
Salvation
that, yeah.
Army or Goodwill. You're going to donate that stuff.
Yeah.
Yep.
You need to get a receipt from them that shows what you donated.
Yeah.
You take a photo of that receipt and you upload it into that Google Doc.
Yep.
Or, Anthony, you want to donate a little cash, little maybe $20, maybe
Yeah.
$100, maybe $5, whatever it is. No denomination is a need or anything like that. Just what you feel is necessary, what you want to give, what you want to donate.
Yeah.
Take a screenshot of your donation slip that they send back to you. Upload that.
Yeah.
You gotta upload your receipt
Yeah.
so that we can show. Basically, the way we're saying it is, if you give to any of those wonderful charities around you and near you, please do that, and you'll be entered. And we and Brooks will give you a very own pair of Brooks running shoes. Start off 2021 with.
Well, it's randomly, right?
Oh, it's totally random.
Yeah,
We're going to
okay.
actually draw the winner
Yeah.
randomly on the 23rd on our Christmas episode.
So you too could have your very own pair of Brooks shoes that you could imagine in this box that you'd be opening up. And rocking. I got mine on.
I got mine on.
Dane's got his
Dane,
on.
can you?
Dane can actually lift his
Dane,
foot up.
Can you show us a quick bit of your bottom of your shoe
This
here?
is high as I can go.
Okay. Yep. Yep.
Okay.
I can touch my nose.
All right.
You're
I
welcome.
can't do that. Gee, I hope you got a
Dane
shot of
is
that.
the most flexible. Person
I did
we
not
have
prepare
here.
for that. I can just do that. Okay, so
And
moving
we
along.
also-
So there you guys go. So from today, right now, until the 23rd, enter one entry per person. Please, please, please add in your donation receipt. If you don't add your donation receipt, you won't be counted.
It's not valid.
It's not valid. So, all right, let's get this party started, Dane.
Okay, well, we're starting off with Aussie Bear nice and early. Aussie Bear the Rooster saying, just picked up the Lake Country 4000 pad washer. What's your chemical of choice and dilution ration? ONR, APC, R2R?
O&R 256 to 1.
Easy peasy.
All
That
day
is like
Beautiful.
the default.
Cover girl.
Cover girl.
Wow.
Yep, that's
Easy
pretty
breezy.
much what we do.
All right, let's get JD up on the board here. 2 questions. First one, is a steamer safe on coatings? Great live yesterday. One of the best I've seen.
Oh,
We've been
thank you,
hearing
Jay.
that.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. We felt really good about yesterday's.
Yeah.
Steamers
stream.
are safe. If you refer
Yeah.
back to one of our YouTube videos in which I steamed the Subaru freshly detailed, it needed to be washed, and our first wash we did was with steam and O&R.
It's
Yeah.
definitely safe.
Now, its follow-up question, can other rinseless washes be added to a steamer or no?
That's where JD.
O&R we know to be the safe one.
It's the safest. It's the
So-
safest one. It's also very effective, and the heat doesn't actually break down the chemical nature of O&R, right? At least from
Still
like a
functional.
major perspective. That's where, like in 914, I've heard people have said they've used it in a steamer. I've heard of other instances, but I think it really depends. I mean, you just don't want any type of buildup happening, and you don't
Yeah.
want that chemical
Damage
to
your
start
steamer, that's-
coagulating.
If it
inside
was a
of it.
rinseless, I would ask that it not have any wax or sealants or graphene or any of the glossing agents.
That's just going to screw up your machine.
Yeah, it needs to be a pretty simple, basic rinseless, like
Yeah.
O&R and 914, or even like American Detailer Garage, the blue. I can't remember the name of the blue one, but
Wipeout.
Wipeout. That's probably the only ones I would recommend. So
Okay.
Give it a shot.
Next up, we've got Casey Tucker. Levi, go ahead and get this one.
currently, I use 303 aerospace protectant on inside plastics, tonneau cover, and trim. I really like its finish. It's matte, but it's clean looking. What product would you recommend that you guys sell and carry? That's kind of a hard one. So for interior trim panels, I really like Top Star by Coach Chemi. If you're putting it on a tonneau cover, though, I really would recommend you use Ragtop, the vinyl top protectant.
Yeah.
And I would use that because it's more formulated to be in the elements and the exterior elements, and it's designed to protect those types of fabrics. So I'd try that.
Okay. Next up, I've got Corey B. Anthony?
Says, any favorite resources for plumbing a non-gravity fed mobile setup?
So
For
no gravity
plumbing
fee.
a non-gravity fed mobile setup.
Very simple. You can buy pumps.
Yeah.
You can put a tank, and then you can build pumps.
Yeah.
Or order pumps that are designed to push water. They are electric pumps, so you can run them on a generator.
Yeah.
You can plug them into the truck while the truck's running or whatever it's set up to do. And this will pump the water into your pressure washer, and then your pressure washer can run out the truck. Gravity obviously is the best.
I was going to say, is there any reason that you
easiest
wouldn't want to do that?
form
I
of
mean,
gravity would be you'd have a tank, and then you'd have the tank set, and maybe you have it slanted a little bit with some wood to kick it a little bit so that the exit point is at the lowest point of the tank, and then that line runs into your pressure washer,
Okay.
and then your pressure washer just has its own pump and pulls. As long as it's got water going to it, it starts
Yeah, I
pressurizing
wonder
and
why
sending it. So-
Corey doesn't want to have a gravity-fed one. If there's a particular limitation, let us know, Corey, what the reason for that is. All right, Alex Dewar here. Go ahead and get it, Levi.
Fortunately, need to miss it on the live today. We'll be sure to catch up later. Great live yesterday. The methods used should silence the doubters.
They won't, but they should. But you know
wishful
what?
thinking,
a little
Alex.
discourse is all right. That's good. Keeps things lively.
Amen.
But be
Dane.
nice to each other, especially around the holidays, but all year long, you know. We got Adam Hancock here. What's up, TRC? Happy Friday Eve. Thank you,
Oh,
Adam.
thank you, Adam.
Oh, wouldn't be Q&A without Dan Pfeiffer.
Good afternoon and a word up from Minnesota, USA. Happy Friday, TRC gang. Great video yesterday on winter O&R washing. My water rinseless process I use 4+ months of the year is very similar.
Very
Excellent.
good.
There you go.
Yeah, and
See,
for
it's
those
proven.
who are wondering, like, what video all these people keep referencing, we did a live yesterday, in case you missed it, where we worked on a Dodge Challenger
Yeah.
and winter prep washes, like different versions of that. So go check it out. I think it is one of the best live demos we've done.
I would have to
So,
agree, Dane.
Yeah, go check it out. After this, of course.
Umberto saying hello, TRC team. And Ricky Colon, hey, good friends, happy Friday. Question on a matte paint car. Planning on using G-Technic C1 on it, as recommended by Eric Joseph. Wondering if topping with EXO will make it too glossy. Thoughts, Anthony?
I would just do C1.
Just leave
we
it
did
at that.
we did X. Remember my truck,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
was essentially matte.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Essentially, EXO did add some sheen to it, and honestly, because it was my crappy truck, it couldn't get any worse, right?
Yeah.
So we were like,
It
why
made
not?
it look good when it had no
But
right
I'm
to.
guessing if you're working on a car that has matte paint, it's probably newer and probably really nice,
Yeah.
and you would want to keep that matteness because the C1 will add some sheen as well, but it's going to darken it, kind of bump up the saturation a little bit. It just depends. I think C1 on its own would be
I think
good.
it'd be just fine.
Ricky,
Yeah.
it's a BMW, isn't it? I know it's got to be
Of course,
a BMW.
it's a BMW. It's some
Ricky loves those.
some frozen color.
Dan Pfeiffer, just saying, yo.
First
And,
from Puerto Rico.
Then we got
Yo.
what's that?
Puerto Rico. Yo.
Well, he was saying it because first from Puerto Rico is Umberto.
Blessed 92112. I love the Rag Company. Their products are never complicated.
Aw.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Take it.
And go detailer go. Guess I can take a break from watching The Mandalorian to hang out with you guys. Well, no, go back and watch The Mandalorian.
I was gonna say
Oh,
that's a good
that
show.
important.
Absolutely, you should
Finish-
watch that. But we appreciate you taking
Finish
the
it
time.
off. Right?
Yeah.
Is there another season coming up with that? By the way?
Soon, hopefully. But I think they're going to do the Boba Fett series.
Oh, right.
Because we only got 2 seasons of Mandalorian, right?
I want the Obi-Wan series because I miss Ewan McGregor.
Yeah, that too is going to be coming. That should be pretty cool.
All right.
Ewan McGregor's gonna come back. Mm-hmm. He is.
As Obi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fumulani Nakomo saying hello. Hello.
Oh, here's Andrew. Deb Pedal. Hi ho diddly. There's no reason to grieve. We're watching you live and it's Friday.
Oh, very
that's a nice
nice.
little
I love
rhyme.
it.
Thanks, buddy.
You just came up with that.
That's
right
great.
then.
Just
Right
trying
on the
to be-
spot.
This is what this is the way.
This is the way.
Blessed popping in.
Chemical Guys just came out with a hydro wheel coating. I'm dying. They'll make anything for everything. It's just the same SiO2 product slapped with 6 other names.
Oh, you said it, not us.
Maybe.
So we're just
Maybe.
gonna
You never know.
smile and nod.
That's business.
And then we have
Hans.
Hans closing that says, "Happy Towel Day, guys."
Hans, we love you, brother. Oh, I also got to announce that contest is lower 48 only.
Oh, yeah, because
For the
Hans
Brooks.
will.
Sorry, Hans.
You
Sorry,
always
Hans.
leave him out of this. Do
I'm
you do
sorry.
it on purpose?
Brooks said lower 48 only.
Yeah, sorry.
So-
I don't think they want to ship to the Netherlands this time around. Maybe if we get enough people interested, they might do something more next time. But let's not
Poor guy.
get ahead of ourselves.
He's like
Sorry,
he's like he was already on his way to go donate something.
Oh,
I mean-
you can still donate and do it, but
Hans,
it's just sorry,
there's a
bud.
very simple solution. Just move to Idaho.
Yeah.
Yeah, easy.
The Netherlands is probably too fun though.
Quality Touch by Jonathan says, got the 98 Civic, excited to look for parts at the junkyard, but not seeing anything right now. Anthony, you know that pain.
Feel free to come out to an Idaho junkyard. There's tons of Civics here. They're mostly pretty jacked up, and but it makes things fun. You know, you get out there and you kind of look around, and everything's a treasure that's in good shape.
Yeah.
And I get excited because I'm like, guys, look at this kick panel here, and they're like, what's so excited about that? I'm like, it barely has any scratches on it, just a couple, and they're like,
You're
okay,
like, okay.
Yeah.
And then you're like, this cup holder here from a Mitsubishi Lancer also fits into the Evo. It's worth $80. And you're like, what?
How do you know these things? Well, you spend
Now,
enough
that's
time at
true
the junkyard,
car nerd
you
ownership there.
you
That's
learn some
great.
stuff.
All right, go detailer, go. Comical, guys.
Very
That's
nice.
fun. Fun play of words. Mike, get Anthony, get Mike.
Okay, Manthony. Mike
Anthony
C.
for Mike C.
I need to upgrade my pressure washer. Currently have a 2200 psi, 1.2 GPM. It's much safer to have a high GPM and low pressure washer? Question mark. Does mine potentially cause damage? Should
Not
I be
at
nervous?
2200.
So at 2200, it's not something that's super concerning, right? If you were talking about something like around 3000, but with your GPM being lower, it's probably not the worst thing in the world. I don't think you're going to necessarily do any damage. I think that ideally, really, you're within that 1500 to 2500 for car washing is what most people are using, and then your GPM can range anywhere from 1.1 all the way to like 1.8, 1.9, even 2.0.
Well, and you can
depending
change
what
your
got.
tips too, and that also
Yeah.
changes
Yeah.
the amount of water coming out.
So
Yeah, the
you
degree
don't
nozzle
really
really
need
does.
to upgrade that, and no, you're not really doing any damage. Just I would always say, a 25 degree tip. What do you
Yeah,
like to use?
yeah, 25 is probably the best. If you want to do your soap tip, it's like a more bigger orifice.
0 degree
opening.
nozzle. Will
I
make
was
it
gonna say, don't use a zero.
Don't use a zero. It's
Don't-
like a
don't do
35
that.
or 45. It's a big tip. It's the hard part is this stems from many people back in the day when they first started learning about detailing. Started learning that a lot of professional detailers use very large pressure washers.
Yeah.
Very large commercial pressure washers. So when you
6,000 PSI.
when you'd come to my shop, I'm running I had a diesel powered pressure washer that ran on diesel. I had to buy 10 gallons of diesel every week, and we would fill it up, and it would burn 140 degree hot water, and it would push water out of my gun, out of the tip, 2,300 psi.
I bet it looked like
and
the
that was
furnace from
on a
Home
gauge,
Alone.
and it would steam at this. So And people would see that and they'd go, "Oh, huh.
It's powerful.
These guys are destroying cars and
Just
pulling paint." What
frying
they didn't know
it.
is I could remove emblems with that thing.
Yeah.
I could remove clear coat with that thing. I could do all kinds of stuff with that thing.
Yeah.
But I was a professional and I've been using it for 20 years, and I had
knew
a
your way
service
around
it. I had Royce Industries here locally come and service it, and when I dropped pressure, I'd have them come take a look at it. And I remember Ivan said, most home hobbyists are only are looking to buy a 2200 electric pressure washer, but those never get that. And if you guys watch Matt's pressure washer test video, he hooks up a pressure washer, puts up a pressure gauge to the pressure washers,
Like 15, 30
to see
different
what they're
pressure
actually putting out.
It's less than
It's
they
far
say.
less than what you think it is. And many people, there were some YouTubers that would go, "Oh, you take that high pressure and you bury it into the clear coat and it scratches." I'm sorry. I have been detailing cars for over 25 years, and I have never seen an issue on scratching a car with a pressure washer unless you're literally removing the clear coat with the pressure washer, because it's that strong. So a lot of people get worried. They're like, "Ooh, 220-200 is too much." Mike, it is that little pressure washer that you're running, it's probably totally fine. And like Anthony said, you're running a very low gallon per minute, so it's not gonna be that bad.
At that point,
yeah.
it's your paint that's weak, not your
and then
pressure washer
just
that's
be cognizant too of your distance between yourself and the car, right? And what you're spraying down. I mean, you'd be surprised on how close you can get until, if anything bad happens at all. It's typically like the horror stories you hear are, at least from what I heard, were from friends and people back in the day that would already have substantial paint failure on their car, right? Or chips and things like that, and they go
My
to
car
spray
with clear
something
coat failure has paint failure now.
and it flakes off, right? And they go, "Oh my god, the pressure washer took off my paint." I'm like, "No, your paint was already damaged, right?" And
just found
that
it out
was
the hard way.
already that was about to peel off anyway.
You could have run it through a car wash and it would have removed it.
And so don't freak yourself out. I had a friend that did that back in high school who, "Oh man, don't never use your pressure washer in your car." And I was like, "Really?" I'm like, "I think you just had bad luck, right?" And he's like, "No." He's like, "This Ford Taurus station wagon never had paint issues." And I'm like looking at it. I'm like,
It never had paint.
Never had paint in the first place.
Yep.
All right, I got blessed.
The right company, PNS products, greater than chemical guys. Thank you.
Jeesh. All right. Getting Go Detailer Go up there.
Still getting our footing and finding our identity, but at least we finally got it going. Thanks, man.
Thank you.
Dead Pedal, who are some other up-and-coming detail-oriented YouTube channels we should check out? I'm a huge fan of Chromatic.
Chromatic was a grand ambassador.
Yep, Chromatic's good.
Chromatic's a great guy, man.
Chromatic
There's some other good ones. There's a guy out in I don't know. I think he's out in Hawaii. I can't remember what his name is. It's the Tesla. It's Tesla something detailing. Hawaii and Tesla detailing. I think his content's good. I think it's pretty straightforward. I like the way he kind of approaches things. I don't even know if he uses Rad Company products, but I just think that his style is pretty good.
You know a good one when you see him.
Well, Chromatic's awesome because his take on things is just so
relaxed,
but
He's
also
aesthetically
very aesthetically driven. Yeah, like when you watch his content, it is it's nice.
It deserves to be.
It gives me this weird sense of loneliness as well.
There's an isolation.
There's like a weird isolated feel to it that also, for some reason, is more interesting to watch. Right, but like Jim White, right? So I used to watch White Details back in the day all the time. Right, always loved his content. The only thing about Jim is that some of his videos are so long that because he puts out 40-minute videos, right? I don't have time to sit and watch 40-minute videos as much as I used to.
Well, it's like watching a movie.
It's like watching a movie.
And we've had the good fortune to actually hang out with Jim and meet at his studio and stuff. He's an amazing guy. Like, really, one of the absolute good ones.
Well, he'll fit 2-3 cars into one video, right? And kind of segment it like that. But his content was always really... I mean, even his earlier videos. You should check out his earlier stuff because his earlier stuff was even very satisfying with what he was able to do with one camera. Yeah. And he would get really artsy with transitions and he would learn how to do things like that. And it was always super satisfying. But I don't know. I would say it just depends on what you're looking for and what kind of information you're after, but there's some good stuff out there.
Blessed says Serranos mobile detail.
Oh, nice. There you go.
And dead pedal popping up.
Chemical Guys products are just fine for regular folks and beginners. I love their stuff. Yeah,
That's where
everything
the
they sell
marketing
is
is.
ready to
Yeah.
use. Can't mess it up.
Yes,
It is
they
a
are
great
the gateway drug.
Very expensive gateway drug now.
Well,
Yeah.
Or a sex
Andrew,
freak.
I was gonna ask
Oh,
Andrew.
yeah.
Andrew's running. Is he running those? Is he running OZ wheels on his?
I think he's got OZ
Focus
rally wheels on his
ST?
Focus, yeah.
Yeah. How much are those?
You looking to get a set?
It varies.
I have a car in mind that would look particularly good with a style of wheel like that.
Like an OZ style, like turbofan kind of shaped wheel where it's
Yeah.
more block with the little vents.
Do they make those in white?
The white would look good. White
Right.
would look pretty
He
good.
took his
But-
headphones off, Nick, so he can't hear you.
But
It's also good for aero. I hear it helps improve
Yeah.
your mileage
yeah.
a little bit.
But no, I don't know. I mean,
RSX Freak saying hello. Hope Dane, Levi, and Anthony and everyone on the chat have a great Friday Eve.
Thank
What
you.
about some wheels like what's on RSX Freak?
RSX. I don't know what
Appreciate
RSX
that.
Freak is running on those, but I know that he's a big fan of the Koenig decagrams.
Oh, very nice.
Ask
Oh,
me how I
right.
know.
How do you know?
Because he has the car that I
Oh.
put together
Oh.
with Koenig
Oh,
decagrams.
no, Grant. Sorry, still not a Mopar guy. Is Dane going to be David from Dazed and Confused now? He's a Mopar guy? All right.
No, that's not David.
That's not David.
That's not
That's
David.
not David.
That's Wooderson.
Wooderson? Okay.
And he
All I know
drives
is
the
this
Chevelle.
McConaughey's character in that movie. I
Right,
don't
71
remember the names.
Chevelle. With,
Yeah.
Yeah, I
big
remember
block.
because he makes the whole high school comment.
Have
It's
you
like,
ever,
oh.
met Matthew McConaughey?
No, but he named his son after me.
Did
No,
he
that's
really?
nice.
Yeah, big fan.
Leviticus or Levi?
Big fan of me, personally.
Yeah.
He named him Levi.
Did he?
Yeah,
Oh,
thought that
dear.
was really nice of him. I couldn't believe that he would do something like that.
Yeah.
Considering we don't even know each other, but apparently he just said big fan of the YouTube channel. and I
Shelby
said, I don't
B.
even have a YouTube
Hey,
channel.
guys. How
Shelby!
many times do you use a drying towel before you wash it?
Shelby, fun fact, I use mine about 10 times before I wash
That
it.
is haunting.
Now,
Don't do
here's
that.
the important thing to bear in mind. How many times are you just using the towel to dry something versus drying with a drying aid?
Now I'm drying
in
it.
it?
You guys come into
If-
my garage, we're grabbing drying towels.
If you're
that I've
using
dried,
a drying
I haven't
aid,
washed in a while.
especially a sealant or something of that nature, fewer times. Unless
So
you're
I,
Levi
uh,
and you drag that thing out as far
No,
as you
as
can.
long as you can get it wet, as
Oh.
long as it starts sucking up water, you be okay.
Okay.
So I only like to, if I'm being honest, I only like to use drying towels that have been blessed with a wash in rags to riches, and then
Freshly blessed.
and then freshly and dried, right, and then placed into an airlock tight container
Oh.
in which there's no other contaminants. And then once I pull it out of that, I give it a quick snap.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Now I'm ready to start drying.
So I like to take a towel that I just finished drying a car with.
Yeah.
And I set it on one of those ballards, those safety ballards, to prevent like my wife from driving into the water heater.
Oh.
I just set it on
Little
that,
pylon.
let it dry, and then when I wash the
Those
car
are
later,
rusty
that
though sometimes.
no, they're made of plastic.
Oh.
They have a nice plastic
I have
cover.
a metal
Put a
one
cover
on
on it.
mine.
So mine are plastic. They're great, and I just drape it over that, and then I pick it up, and then I go dry another car with it. Maybe a
So-
week or two later.
You know those things, right? Well, those little ballards you're talking about, right? Never really knew why they were so important, right?
Yeah, until you crashed
until
into
you
one.
crash into one. No, never crashed into one. But I was trying to think of what else can you do with one of those, right? Can you mount a light to it? Can you
could.
put a light in it,
Sure.
right?
If it's a metal pipe, you could mount a light.
I'm guessing people put their cigarette butts inside there.
Well, sometimes they're filled with concrete.
You go throw that in there, right?
Some people
I
do.
park my motorcycles next to mine.
Okay,
and
nice.
so it's a barrier to if one of them falls over for any reason,
It rests on the pole.
it rests on the pole.
See, I would use it like a diorama, build a big model out in the garage and put a little lighthouse on there and have little ships, floating by. I don't know, some kind
know
of
what?
image.
You could
some kind
turn
of
that into a
diorama type
tabletop.
thing.
All you need to do is take a wood top, right?
Yeah.
Flip it over, drill a peg into it.
Yeah.
Right. You peg it, and then you put that peg into
or
the
here's
pole.
what I do: get that drop-down table that they have, like build a drop-down
Yeah.
workbench like they have at Home Depot. Use some straps or something to strap that down.
Yeah.
Hold
Yeah.
on tight around those poles. Then I can lift that tabletop up as needed.
Okay.
Little extra workspace. Then I put it back down. It's now a nice wood barrier, a little butcher block action, looking sharp and ready to rock
Okay.
and roll.
That's pretty sweet. I really like that idea, Levi.
Yeah.
I think you're onto
I think we can
something.
do that.
Okay,
Like, we
well,
make that happen.
David Cervantes, what's up, guys? What would you do for a 14-year-old truck with 6,000 miles, Uno Beatmaker?
Yes.
Yeah.
Only 6,000 miles on a truck that's
Yeah.
nearly 15
Yeah,
years
those
old?
are Gabe kind of numbers.
Yeah.
That's a Gabe purchase.
That's
right
one of
there.
those purchases where you want to make sure all the belts are still good, right?
Yeah, you
Because-
don't want those things dried and cracking.
Yeah.
Maybe you're running a little,
Not a good time.
little Old Spice on the belt.
Yeah. A little bit.
Keep that noise down.
Mm-hmm.
Just make it smell nice at least.
Smells good.
Blessed.
Blessed
okay.
says,
We're just
dead-
going back and forth on these comments.
Okay. Should anyone want to follow the 98 Civic build, join the show. Content to come.
Okay.
We don't really know where this will be posted here, Quality Touch.
I'm guessing
Is it-
on Quality Touch's channel.
No, maybe at the Rag Company podcast Facebook page. He can post some.
that would be a good place.
progress
to post it, yeah.
photos.
If you want to share it there.
Yeah.
And then Go Detailer Go says there are a new
Think on
company
Serrano's
out
Auto
of
Detailing?
Colorado. Owner has a lot of passion and works closely with the consumer to make sure the product is an A1. Check him out as well. So
Okay.
Wait, what am I looking
Serrano's?
for? Serrano's.
Serrano's
Okay.
Detail.
Okay.
Gorilla Jeebus.
What's up, my dudes? I'm always using O&R plus the UBS and a Green Star to wash my coated car. I notice summer and winter alike that every time I drive in the rain, the lower parts of the car stop beating. That's where most of your contamination resides.
So that buildup will happen over the top of your protection, and it will clog. It'll clog everything up, and so that's where you need to wash that area. And I guarantee you, after you wash it, hit it with some soap, hit it with a pad, rinse it. You're going to have that protection back. It just the contamination builds up on top of protection.
the lowers, that's where the dirtiest parts of the car.
Right, a traffic film, as some would say.
Yeah, I'm weird.
Weird. Dirt.
It's hard to restore the hydrophobic. Should I use a stronger Green Star solution or try a mineral deposit remover? Both. Feels weird having to blast the panels with a deposit remover or an APC literally every time the car has been driven in the rain, especially in the summer.
Dude.
So it depends on where you're driving and what's on your roads, too. That's the other thing.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, man, like it happens with my
All of
car.
them.
It happens with my wife's car. I mean, it happens all the time. And whenever it gets bad enough,
The other thing you can do is clay.
yeah, we wash it, APC, clean it, and then take a clay towel, something
or
very
an iron
very,
remover.
something like that. But something that's fine, and then just go over it a little bit. Don't mar it up, but just
Yeah,
go
just
over
lightly
it, and you'd
rub
be
it.
surprised how much actually returns after you do that.
Yeah.
So worth
Ace
trying.
is basically
Yep.
following up there.
Dead Pedal agreeing with us.
And then Yo Hurl saying, hey, hey.
Hey.
And hey, ridiculous.
Hey, TRC family. I have a bunch of questions for you since I've been out for a few weeks. One, rag top clean and protect combo. Do I need to protect every time? No, every 6 months.
All right. Follow up.
Can you use wash and finish as a rinseless like O&R?
It's a
no,
waterless.
It's more of a waterless.
Yeah.
Use it like a waterless.
All right.
And then what's the best use of a Drago?
Everything.
Everything. It's the best at all things. And then how dirty of O&R can you keep using? How do you know when to stop when you're out of O&R?
That's
Well,
a good
in the bucket.
barometer. That's the
When you
Levi
get all the way to the
barometer.
bottom and you touch that grit guard, it's time to make some new O&R. That's what I say.
What are
When-
you thinking?
When my O&R starts to look quite, let's just say it's no longer blue,
It's
and
gray
it is
now.
now gray water.
Dark gray.
That's when I'm usually like, I can afford the 4 capfuls of O&R to make another batch.
Such a sacrifice. RSX Freak 79. I am scheduled to receive $40 Dabbler dollars by May 2022. If my calculations are correct, 1 Dabbler buck is equal to 2 TRC nickels. Please confirm. Oh dear. Man.
You know, it was Gabriel's birthday.
Ah, that's right.
Oh.
Yeah,
Yesterday.
Yeah.
Well,
Can you
happy
believe
belated
that?
birthday.
So it is his birthday. Another December baby in the house. You know who also has a December birthday?
Whoop.
My brother.
I know.
Oh
Today's his birthday.
God, I need to message him.
I messaged him.
Oh,
I'm a better
need
brother than
to
you are.
Message my brother.
I messaged him and said, happy birthday.
Holy crap. I knew this
So.
day was going to get away from me somehow. So,
Yeah.
but yes, it's my brother's birthday. And then 1 week from there,
Nick's birthday.
no. Nick's birthday, did Nick's birthday already happen?
No, it happened on Saturday. It happens on Saturday. Next Saturday is Nick's birthday.
Okay.
When's your birthday?
Next, a week from today.
Next Thursday.
Yeah, and we're not doing a Q&A.
Oh.
That sucks.
That sucks. That
Why
would
aren't
have
we
been
doing a
fun.
Q&A?
Because we have our company Christmas party.
Oh, that's right. Our company Christmas party.
We're having a party. It's going to be a good
Maybe
time.
we'll do a little live check-in from the company Christmas party.
That's going to be a good birthday for me. You know that?
Yeah, we're gonna be eating some Goodwood barbecue.
We're going to be partying, right? And
We're
then
gonna
right
be
after
opening up
that,
some products.
I'm going to go see the new Spider-Man movie.
some gifts.
Ooh.
I'm going to go see the new Spider-Man movie that night.
Oh, nice.
And
That'll
I'm
be good.
ready to be amazed. I hope Toby comes out and surprises me like I've been wanting to be surprised
You
for
want to
many
be
years.
surprised by Tobey Maguire, huh?
I do.
For your birthday?
Not many have said that, right?
Yeah, not many. I don't
never
think
That sounds like a
Since-
crime waiting to happen.
ever
I saw
since-
Spider-Man 3.
I don't think many
Anyway.
people say, I can't wait to be surprised by
Ridiculous.
Tobey Maguire.
Hold on, Dane. Hold
On
on.
my birthday.
That's just a joke. No, I was going to say not many people want to be surprised by Tobey Maguire, but if you've ever seen Tropic Thunder, right, it's something's, what's it called? Sinner's Alley?
Something like that.
Satan's Abbey.
Satan's Alley. I'm just going to leave it at that.
Ridiculous. Ragtop and carpet wheel arches, best way to clean and maintain protection. Yeah, honestly, it's probably going to be your strongest exterior fabric protectant.
Protectant for that. I mean, you can clean that with APC.
Same thing. That it might shorten the life. They say on a convertible top, it's 6 months for beating. For inner fender wells, it's probably going to shorten that down to about 3 months.
Carpet fender wells, it's always...
It's going to be that way.
It's always
As
gonna
the
be
owner
that
of a
way.
vehicle with one, they're a pain.
Dane, the dirt kept coming.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
did.
Yep.
And it didn't stop coming. So, yeah. Smash mouth. Liam Mallory. I was in and out of the stream yesterday, and I was wondering your guys' thoughts on the claims that O&R can scratch the paint, looking for a viable winter option. Well, that's just...
Liam,
Levi
this
is going to
us.
lose his mind.
So
This is
It's okay to ask questions. We're not saying don't ask
Actually,
questions.
no, Liam, where did you see this claim?
yeah,
It's
who
just
told
there
you
are
that?
people out there
Who told you this claim?
like scaring people.
You need
and
to-
It's wrong.
It's wrong. So, but like it's also like if you have a boulder on your car and you try to wipe it off with O&R, you can't
It's
say
not
that that's
the O&R's fault.
It's not the O&R's fault that scratches the paint.
Right.
So basically,
If
it's
your
a
car's
common
too
sense type of
dirty for
thing.
rinseless washing,
Then you need to be
you
pre-rinsing
need
it.
to be pre-rinsing it with a pressure washer or a hose. There's a lot of stuff you can do. And a lot of people think like they get confused and they think, oh, rinseless wash is waterless wash. It's not. The only thing you're not doing is rinsing off the car at the end.
Correct.
So with a rinseless wash, you can still hose it down.
Yeah.
You can still hit it with a pressure washer. You can still use a pre-spray of O&R. You can still use a pre-spray of an APC to break down some of the dust and dirt and
But
grime.
a bunch of debate lords online
You can still
like to
do all
see
that. You can
rinseless
still do
and
all
assume
that.
that means you can't rinse it first, which is just utter nonsense.
So there was a
But they
YouTuber
like the
who
semantics
used to
game.
do that all the time.
So,
and one of my favorite
ignore
lines
those
was he would say, I don't like this product because when I go to wipe this area, this dirty area with O&R that I've just done dry, it just too filthy. It doesn't clean it all the way. He'd go dry on the panel, right into a bucket, pull it out, wipe, and go, didn't really clean it. And then he would go, see, this is how soap works so much better. He'd pull out a pressure washer. He'd pull out an APC. He'd spray APC all over the side of the car. Then he'd pressure wash it. Then he would soap it. Then he would take his 2-bucket mat. He's like, see how much better this
and he
is?
expected you
And
to
I'm
just
like-
take that at face value.
They're not, you didn't do it the same. If you
No.
did all those steps,
And then replace the soap with
place
O&R.
the soap with O&R, you're still going to get a
would
clean
be
car.
The same and or better.
And so I would always argue when people do that, that's when you say, all right, now take your soap, take your bucket of soap, car's dry, stick it in the bucket and wipe the car. Well, I got to wash it off and stuff.
So-
It's not really designed for that.
Liam.
O&R is designed for light dust, and you can do that with it. But for a dirty car, you still got to pre-spray, you still got to pre-soak, you still got to pressure wash.
So, Liam, the thing here is anywhere you would think to use soap, you can use O&R. Just treat it in the way you would if you were going to use soap.
Yeah.
I look at that, I need to pre-treat it,
Yeah.
and then go with O&R.
Yeah,
that's all we're saying.
The only difference is you don't have to rinse it off. You just wipe, you just dry it off.
You're unfortunately just kind of falling victim to some people who want to.
But that's why he's here asking the questions from the guys who know what they're talking about.
And we appreciate you asking here because
seriously.
We're not going to point you in a bad direction. I promise, he promise, we all promise. We're going to give you the right advice so you don't screw this up. You're going to be okay.
All right, who's next?
All right. So, moving along here, I've got Alex.
My Brooks entry can count under G. Davis. He needs comfortable shoes when roaming the streets and signing autographs for his fans. Great idea, Alex. And then Yo Hurl says, awesome giveaway. Great idea. Thank you. Diabler, when you guys coming to Vegas? Probably not till SEMA.
Mm-hmm.
G. Davis, bless your heart, Alex Dewar. Very nice. Any particular ceramic coating from Matt the Viewer that you feel is the best, a moving target, but I'm curious. The best ceramic coating, any of the ones that we sell.
Really, the reason we sell different ceramic coatings for different purposes, but the coatings that we do sell are coatings to
each
us
one's very unique.
That are different, that are all different from each other, and it helps us be able to help give you guidance on them as well. Because, I mean, for example, if you were to ask me, hey, what is the hardest coating that you guys sell? I'm going to tell you Legend, or I'm going to tell you Inspiration. I honestly, genuinely believe those are the hardest coatings that we sell. But if you were to say, what's the easiest to use, what's the easiest to apply, I'm going to tell you something like Gloss Coat or EXO or CSL. There's trade-offs there or Sol. Not all coatings are created equal by any means, and they're all such different formulations that you need to look at what the trade-offs are on them and what you're looking for. And I think
solve problems.
Most people, they want ease of application, they want gloss, and they want maintenance. They want easy maintenance, right? And for those reasons, that's why CSL is such a big hitter, is because it kind of meets all those requirements. But then there's the people out there that say, hey, I love CSL or I love EXO, but I find that it is a pretty soft coating overall, right? Not durability wise, it'll still take a beating, but it means that, let's just say I want something really hard with a really high solids content.
And a little more scratch resistance.
I'm going to say, okay, you're going to go with Inspiration, you're going to go with Legend. It's going to be harder to apply, right? It's going to be a little bit more difficult to apply. How do I say it? It's not hard, but it's going to require a little bit more patience, skill.
Right? On the sliding scale of difficulty and patience, you just move up a few notches.
And so, but you're going to have to do that, but your results are going to be exactly what you're looking for. Yeah. And they say, okay. And so once you educate them on that, it makes things really simple.
Or maybe you want to try out a coating because you're not really sure what they are, how they're going to act, but you don't want to get crazy with it. And you want something that possibly lasts for a year so you can test and see. Well, that's when using Sol or using something like Gloss Coat comes in handy. Very simple, very easy to install. Or EXO on its own.
Excellent. Sounds
all three of those products you can just put on, see how they work, do their job.
Yeah.
If you like it and you're like, man, that worked really good, I actually want to do this next one on this one. All right, you got that.
Now, I'm not going to pull it up on screen, but I see Go Detailer Go says the best ceramic coating is the one that you can apply the quickest and does what it says it does. Look at it from a business standpoint. You want to get the car in and out as quickly as possible. Now that is true if you are a business owner and you're running a business. However, we also speak to a lot of people who are home hobbyists, who are just enthusiasts who want to do this, and maybe their needs are slightly different. They got the weekend to
work on it, and they're
going to I wanted to point that out to kind of address that we're talking to multiple, thoughts of, schools of thought here.
Yeah.
So,
okay.
All right. Next up, got Juan.
Hey, do you guys sell parts on the pad washer? We do not. I broke the pumper part so it doesn't pump anymore. Please help me. You can reach out to Lake Country Manufacturing. Talk to them. They will take care of you. They have a very good repair department, and they will, or customer service department, and they will send you out new parts. I had my pump go out on my pad washer. Just reached out to Lake Country, and they sent a new one in the mail. So,
all right, Tyler.
Happy Friday Eve, TRC crew. Thank you for all you do. Us newbies appreciate your vast knowledge. Thank you, Tyler.
Thank you, Tyler. Well, in fairness, it's a combined knowledge. He does a lot of the heavy lifting, but we all kind of rope it together.
Thank you, Dane.
Here.
I appreciate that.
Sounds fine, Dane. I'll just go.
Anthony,
I do all the heavy lifting. I don't know if you guys
ton.
know this, but I was a bit of a bodybuilder.
Were you a bodybuilder before?
I'll let you in on a secret.
I did a lot of modeling. A company called bodyconstruction.net called me up and
that
said we
seems
would
like
love
the
to
Kroger
have
brand
you
of what I
do
did.
The reason he knows
shots
so
with
much is because
t-shirts.
he's old.
Yeah.
And this is before your time, you know. It's
Yeah.
back in the Netscape days of the internet.
Netscape, okay.
And I
He
was
uses
able
just
to-
for men. He's actually just
I was
totally
able to
gray,
do
but
that
you
kind of
wouldn't know.
stuff.
Gotcha.
You know, I'd stand there. I'd do a little jump rope,
Oh, you jumped up a little bit.
a little
yeah.
calisthenics.
Out in the yard.
Yeah.
Usually like a stretch band, like you do these kind of things.
Those aren't
Resistance
a thing anymore.
bands, yeah.
those
Resistant bands.
Really bad for your rotator
and then they
cuff.
had those other ones that would like you'd stand on it and it would shake you
Yeah.
and it would shake the fat off.
The fat
Just
tissue.
Shake it
That
off.
doesn't really work
Shake
like
weight?
You'd
that,
stand
right?
there and just
Anything
shake.
that would cause,
That
cause
was
your
before the shake weight.
Right.
Skin. We had to
tissue
do
to
it.
stretch
This is
more.
pre-shake weight.
Yeah.
should probably cause more stretch marks by that
Yeah,
happening.
shake it
Wow.
all. Shake it all off.
And on that note, Insomniac Detail.
Have any of you made any at-home reclamation mats for washing indoors? No, but Anthony and I both have capture mats in our bathrooms for when we get out of the tub.
That is just called a floor mat.
That is
Well,
That is
captures
what they
a lot
are.
of water. It's a high,
No, not for your wife,
high-quality
because apparently your wife just likes to walk around
My
and
kids,
drip dry.
my wife and kids just drip dry. They do not like using my capture
your
mat system.
flooring in your home mostly carpet.
Yeah, no,
or
it's
hardwood?
it's wood and
Oh.
tile that.
So things that
Let me
like
tell you my
moisture
favorite. Let me tell you my
getting
favorite
stuck on
thing,
them.
Dane. I love walking into the bathroom after my kids get out of the tub, stepping on a tile, and watching water squirt out of the grout.
Yeah, no, that's a good feeling.
That's one of my things where I'm like, golly,
No.
that just
That's
makes
fun.
just
No.
gives me a great feeling.
great feeling.
like
Great
that.
feeling knowing that
You're like-
someday I'm gonna have to sledgehammer
Oh, that's
the living snot out of that
what's
floor.
what's under this floor
Just
here?
wait
I
till
don't
you
know.
get
I don't know, but I
smell
can't wait for that.
Yeah.
all the mildew.
And then
mold
I
and-
proceed
oh.
to yell and scream and chew out my children and wife for not standing on the mat or at least drying off in the tub.
And then they
Or
get
getting
mad at you for chewing them out, not realizing
Yeah.
you know
they
what
say
they've
that I'm
just
such
done.
a horrible dad.
It's so
fun.
terrible.
Yeah, it's fun.
Go detailer, go.
So no, to answer your question, you can pick up a capture mat. There's a lot of number of manufacturers. Detail Plus will custom make anything for you. You can build one through their site. You can you can put it in your garage. It could work great. But no, we don't have anything like that for ourselves. So go detailer, go. When doing an extensive paint correction with both microfiber and foam pads, do you all use the pad washer 4K to clean pads as you go, or do you use multiple pads? I go as I go.
I clean as I go, but then at the point to where, let's just say my pad, you can tell when a pad's getting
Yeah.
tired, like when the foam has just had too much movement and it's been heated up and cooled down and heat up. You can tell when it's starting to be I guess too pliable.
Yeah, but
right?
that's right. It starts to get tired.
It starts to
That's
break
when he
down.
hires me
And-
to go over to a work
Well, no, that's
scene
when he swats
with
the
a bottle of
no,
purple
no,
power.
that's when I swap my pad. You only do
because
that.
that's all they had in that
We
shop.
only do that in bad situations. But that's when I switch my pad. You just know when a pad's getting tired,
I can
and then
usually get halfway around a car. While I'm working on half the car, I'll clean, and then I'll peel it off, grab a new pad, start on the other side.
well, the thing is like when you're using a pad washer, you're obviously introducing water to the pad, right? Once you have water in the pad, it gets to the back of the backing plate. It just will. And what will happen is with the heat and the breakdown of the foam and different cycles and heat and cooling cycles, the lamination is something that I kind of worry about. So before I get to the point where the pad's too tired, I'll usually say, okay, take this off, let that rest, because that's going to get back to normal.
Right.
It's going to return to its former glory. It just needs some time. And then swap onto a different pad and then let that rip for a little bit. But there is really no better feeling than when you're swapping on a brand new pad onto a machine. Like right when I put on that new pad, right, if it's a foam, I do a quick little Rupes break-in procedure. If it's a microfiber wool or something like that, I kind of brush it along my hands, get some of that residual lint from
Nice,
manufacturing out of there. I prime that thing. And it's right when you have a well-balanced pad and you take that thing right to the paint for the first time, you rip that trigger, it starts right up, and the rotation just feels like butter. That's what gets me
You know what
going.
also makes me feel like butter?
What's that, Levi?
Anthony, if you grab that Pepsi clock on the back of the wall there, and now that Sebastian has replaced the batteries,
Oh, good.
maybe we should set the appropriate time on there.
Yeah, it's the gray dial
'cause,
back there.
it is not set,
Correct.
and it's driving me crazy. Dane, what time is it?
It is currently 2:45.
Perfect.
All right.
Cool.
So, anyway, moving along. Good chat.
There you go.
I wouldn't know what that feels like to have the buttery smooth pad action, because when I do it, it just becomes a big soggy balloon and it starts blowing
Careful.
compound and
Sketty.
everything all over the place
Sketty.
because I oversaturated it.
All right,
That
what's
has
next?
been my legacy.
Dane,
David.
what is your most cherished Christmas memory that doesn't involve gratuitous nudity?
So he's saying if it was necessary, it would be appropriate. I don't. I really remember enjoying looking for a Christmas tree as a kid up in the Washington Mountains, kind of around Mount Rainier area. It was really cool being able to like go out into the wild and find like a tree, like a big tree. And
Then you put it on the roof of Ragnarok, bring it back.
You know, a precursor to Ragnarok. But yeah, no,
Certain.
back in the day.
Yeah, your dad has had quite the stable of Suburbans.
Yeah, no, past Suburbans, yes. All right. It was my uncle's F-350.
Was it?
Which was also black and gray. Okay, so we've got Max.
Bravo says, does mixing GS and GSF do the same as Superfoam? No. Superfoam is it's kind of a product on its own. I mean, it's got a higher pH. It's different, guys. I don't know how, because I'm going to get this question a lot once Superfoam and
the
Active Foam
biggest
is
thing
available.
is doing GSF and Green Star is the closest you could come
Yeah.
if you don't have Superfoam. It's pretty close,
but it's coming. It's coming. So you don't.
Yeah.
So what you should do is say, okay.
Chemically its own thing, though.
Yeah.
It's not a
it
mixture
is.
of two things.
Basically, what you're doing is you're taking a soap and you're putting an APC in there that has it's alkaline based. Versus this is an alkaline based soap from scratch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It's kind of the same reason.
Started
why,
life as an alkaline based
It's
soap.
kind of like why Matt. You know, Matt Mormon of Obsessed Garage likes his decon soap, right? He calls his decon soap. That soap is formulated, right? A strip wash to have, I think his is a higher pH, it's alkaline based, formulated that way, right? So its purpose for that soap is to break down dirt and debris.
It's got lots
right?
of detergents.
It's got lots of detergents, got lots of cleaning power,
Lots of
and that's how it
surfactants.
is. Whereas taking a soap and putting APC
A pH
into
balanced soap that's delicate.
it's delicate, and throwing APC in there, you will get close to that, but you won't get the full effect.
Yeah.
Because now your concentrations are different. What's your water ratio? When you're adding water, is it diluting the APC slightly to reduce the pH of that? Is it not affecting that at all? That's where it's kind of up in the air.
Yeah.
But I will tell you, Superfoam and Active Foam, worth the wait. They should be coming like any day.
Yeah.
And I'm taking a 5 liter for myself.
Oh,
right?
wow.
Because
You're gonna strip everything?
Oh, I'm going to strip
Are
everything.
you going to use it on your house?
I might, because what's going to
Before
happen?
winter, freeze it all
I
up.
hit it with that sandalwood scent, right?
Ooh,
My
ooh.
wife's going to walk through the door and she's going to say, "Oh my gosh!"
As long as she doesn't slip and fall on
Yeah,
the
well,
we can't have hazards
she's
here.
going to walk through and she's going to say,
That's
"Oh my
icy.
god!" She's like, "I hate that. You know, I hate the smell of musk and sandalwood." I'm going to say, "I'm sorry, but I love it.
So,
So good."
last few
Sandalwood
nights,
is
I
one
got
of the
myself a
best
leather
smells.
candle,
Oh, that sounds
a
nice.
leather scent candle. I think
Yeah.
you'd enjoy it.
Cedar.
Yeah.
I put it in my garage because I brought it home and I was like, oh, it smells good. It was like
So
I found it on clearance at like Fred Meyer's for like $3.
So instead of an editing candle, right?
Yeah, Jimmy's got the
Jimmy
editing
has,
candle.
Right?
The wood
You've
rack.
got yourself a leather detailing candle.
Yeah, so I had it burning. I went and I was going to work on the car, so I had to work on Gabe's truck, and then I had to work on my car the next day. Both nights, wife's out of town. Lit that bad boy.
That's when you get to use it.
Got the garage smelling. It smelled like rich mahogany and leather, even though it was a sheetrocked and concreted garage. And I was like, wow, this is really nice.
Smelling like the king of San
Yeah, it's
Diego.
very great. Very great.
So I'm thinking we need to make this a thing.
Yeah.
This is where it's going to happen, right?
Detailer's candle.
The TRC Candle Co., right? It is a detailer's candle, right?
Made mostly out of crayons.
You light
melted down
that.
crayons.
You light that thing. You put it in your garage, right? On a relaxing winter wash, warm O&R.
Put it on the shelf.
Right.
Light it up.
You put it on the shelf. You light it up. Right. You're doing it. Maybe you got the garage cracked. You're letting a little bit of sunlight in there, just a little bit. But it's nice and cool. You got maybe your
What would
garage
it cost
heater.
to have us make our own candles?
Not a lot.
Sense.
So we need to start exploring this option, right? Because we'll call it the detailer's candle.
Yeah, courtesy of the Lads company.
The lads.
Oh, I
company.
thought it was going to be the rag candle knee. No,
Dane.
doesn't work.
That
No.
doesn't work.
Well, I
But
Lads at least encompasses all of us.
Yeah.
So.
yeah, but there's the whole Lad Bible thing. We can't be associated with that. 'Cause
Lad
I'm
candle.
pretty sure that there's some type of copyright infringement. But we can figure it out. But I'm telling you, the detailer's candle. Imagine
I
that,
like it.
right?
I want to know what other detailers are rocking a candle in their garage. Get
There's
that set
not.
going.
Tell
I
us.
doubt it. I really
the
doubt
fire
it.
hazard
Create
is
a
worth it,
space.
right?
But we're gonna make it a thing.
Wait.
Oh,
think we should.
okay.
I think we
And
should.
I like to see this. Goatee Taylor Go popping in saying, Corey B, contact me afterwards for the gravity fed system. I used a gravity fed system without a pump for 1 year, no problems. I can
Perfect.
give you the game on it, step by step, brother. And yeah, you just have to find me over on Instagram. Nice. Way to be helpful, Go. And Friday Night Funkin'. Okay.
How do you guys use the all-purpose towels most on what? Bought a mystery box for only got about 10 of them. The only place I find myself using is the tires. Perfect. Keep using them.
Mm-hmm.
They're an 80-20. The all-purpose terries are an 80-20 towel, about 320 GSM. They're basically everything you'd use a Costco towel for.
Do it all.
That's what they do. Mark Fuentes, am I correct that when you guys were rinseless washing the Challenger, that grit guards do not fit in the Yeti buckets?
They do fit in the Yeti bucket.
No, we had grit guards in both
They
buckets.
fit perfectly into a Yeti bucket with
Yeah,
literally no
problem.
issues.
No problem.
Mm-hmm.
Those were grit guards.
Ricky, I
Of
knew it.
course it is.
I knew it.
2016 M4 GTS.
Oh,
Nice.
Remember that white
that's
one?
a
Ricky, I can't even
good-looking
afford to
car.
say that on
Yeah,
here.
remember that white one we were checking out?
Oh, beautiful. Yeah.
Lead Dog, great show yesterday, guys. Thanks. Well, thanks for watching, Lead. I remember you were in there. That was great. We got Hans.
Han says, guess one of you get home without shoes when you're going to Waxstock 22.
Hans, this feels like another one of your very weird veiled threats.
It is a veiled threat. He's gonna take our shoes. He's gonna go like, Anthony, those are great. What size are those? And you'll be like, oh, they're 12. He's like, oh, do you think I could try those on? You're like, well, I guess. Sure.
Yeah, you
Well,
think
I'm
that's
going to
funny?
say,
How about if
here's
you go home
one.
without
And he's like, can I get
shoes?
both of them just
I
so I
just wanna
can
feel
really
it. I'm gonna
feel
walk-
it?
I'm just gonna walk around so I can really get the feel for it, and then he's just never gonna.
And what's going to happen is John Holt's going to walk over to me and say, Anthony, where are your shoes at? I'm going to say, Hans stole my shoes, man. And he's going to say, oh, that's not good because where we're located here in the UK, there's not a shoe store nearby.
It's gonna suck.
So you're going to walk around in your little princess socks
Yeah.
for a while.
Yeah, your no shows.
My no-show socks.
No.
Ballerina slippers.
Yeah, the ones that people think you're not wearing.
Stand on
socks,
my
which
tippy
is weird.
toes.
Well, that probably gonna hurt.
Lead Dog got a Yeti bucket.
Oh,
today.
nice.
That's awesome.
Oh my god! See,
That's a
they
big day
doubted
right
us.
there.
Yes.
Big day.
Everybody said, "Don't you go buy those buckets?
Oh,
It's a waste
that?
of money."
You and I were like, we should go grab some buckets.
Yeah.
And someone said, no, we have buckets. And we said, well, we don't sell buckets.
But they're not these
And
buckets.
these buckets, someone used to
insulated.
paint their brake calipers yellow. And now there's a ton of
yeah.
yellow paint in them. And I don't
Nice.
like using it to wash
Yeah.
cars
I don't know
with.
who that was.
Don't know
Could've
who
been
that was.
anybody.
And I said, we're going to throw that bucket away. We need to just throw that bucket away.
Anybody.
And then we had another bucket that's just full of mud and dirt and black spray paint. Again, no idea what someone was like. I'm going to use it to bleed
Boy,
the
if I ever
brakes on
find
this
that
blue
guy.
car that I own. And I said, but we wash cars out of that bucket. And he was like, we'll rinse it out. And
Yeah.
never got rinsed out. So I was like, we got 2 buckets that we need to throw away.
Yep.
Why not replace them with a couple Yeti buckets?
Oh,
And that's why
perfect.
we went over there to get them.
Well,
They look
anyway, we've already helped people,
Yeah.
right? They're
Yeah.
already going out, influencing
Making
the
their
market.
lives a little bit better, a little bit easier.
Yeah.
Now,
Keeping
we'll
your
have you
hands
know, we
warm.
have no affiliation with Yeti whatsoever. That just is what these guys like. So there you go. Aaron's popping in.
Chemical guys like video games. It's the same thing with different graphics and slap with minor change to the mechanics. Looking at you, Call of Duty Vanguard.
Oh,
I
called out.
too dislike video games, Aaron. Big proponent of the hatred towards video games.
I think Aaron's
I
more
think
specific.
anybody
in
who
his
talks
hatred
about
of
how
a
great
particular
video games
franchise.
are is no, I'm just
DHR.
Levi, could you make a video showing how you use the last cut and hyper polish combined? That is my favorite combination. I like doing it a lot. I did it in a video called the $500,000 Detail. It's one of my favorite videos I ever made. Utilized my little Harbor Freight 3-inch
good.
polisher, and I talked about test spots and things on how to polish out a
Had your
vehicle.
headlight on.
Had my headlamp on.
Yeah.
I was a little buffer back then. Didn't have any facial hair or anything. I looked a lot younger.
Your glasses were a different shape.
They're pretty much the same style. It's pretty rectangular. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was it? What kind of car was it?
it was some sort of old Mustang,
Like
Camaro,
like a
I think.
Shelby GT350.
Yes, or a Yenko Camaro. That's what I think that was. It was
Not
white
that.
with blue racing stripes. I was in a house in Meridian that had some river rock and was like a seafoam green with a white trim.
Yeah,
It's
so
in the
look
video.
back on our
5K,
channel.
500K detail. It's me using Last Cut and Hyper Polish. Two of my
Your
favorite,
voice is different in the video,
two
too.
of my favorite products to combine. So, THR, just joking. Anthony did that video, and he loves using Last Cut and finishing out with Hyper Polish too.
But I do that on everything, though.
Yeah.
I do it on nothing.
So
I don't do it anymore. I did it
You're wrong.
5 years ago. So
It's too good. It's too good to not do it anymore.
yeah. Now I just go TLC all the way.
Oh, yeah,
man.
that's all you use now.
Yeah,
So,
well.
but TLC, or you mix in just a little bit of
Yeah.
Kosh Chemi, right?
Yeah.
Or a little bit of Rupes, right?
Yep, I do.
Because now we're starting to use Rupes Pure more, and we're also using more micro cut. But really, when it comes to the heavy cutting, Last Cut is great, and which is tough to say because Rupes did a lot to improve their coarse compound. It is a much better compound than before, much better. And heavy cut and fine cut from Kosh Chemi are fantastic. There's nothing wrong with them. It's just once you get it with Last Cut, it's kind of hard to shift.
Well, it's so nice to be able to use the same product with just different pads the whole time, and
Yeah,
you
for
can
me, it just
have that
saves
much
time.
control.
Yeah.
Saves time.
It's just nice.
But those two products, Last Cut and Hyper Polish, work great together. No problems. Friday Night Funkin'. What topper do you guys recommend for vinyl to give it protection and a low gloss shine? Well, Halo. You can use Halo on it. No problem.
Yeah.
Easy, super simple. Other than that, though, any of the sealants work. And then Aaron's SiO2 is an overused word now in every detailing product. Well, it has
It's
been the
used
last 10 years,
when it's
Aaron.
used in the product. So
Last 10 years, it's been SiO2s.
they just
So,
become popularized. Yeah, that's the nature of the market, though. That
Yep.
You're going to have the ebb and
It's
flow.
called a
all the time.
buzzword.
Now it's all graphene. We got G.
Don't feel bad for him. Hans Closen recently won an LA Gear shoehorn giveaway.
Didn't even get the shoes, just the shoehorn.
LA Gear.
But you know what? Everywhere you walk, people will
Yeah,
see
does
you.
it light
Yes.
up?
I was going to say, do the lights still work?
That's funny, G.
Gosh, I remember as a kid thinking those are so cool. All right.
Graham, happy
Marshall.
Friday Eve, lads. Sitting here eating today's chocolates from my advent calendars. And Anthony, it's pronounced walking.
Woking.
Woking.
It's woking.
Woking.
Whoa, King.
Woking.
Did I not say where I was?
You said walking.
Oh no, I wasn't even referencing that. I was just saying literally walking. But that's hilarious.
Way to cleverly get out of that one. Nice.
No,
Very nice.
I
Nice.
really didn't.
Gary's
Death
thinking
Metal
about
says
food. All he can think about is
he-
walks all day.
So he said he bought one of the pressure washers from his first test round. Great little unit from when Matt was doing all those pressure washer
Well, yeah,
tests.
because you're kind of in the neighborhood.
Yeah,
You're,
so-
in a great, you're in a great location. You can go over there, go through all of his.
You know what he's
crap
doing
that
this
he hawks
weekend?
into the
Or not this weekend.
To
I
the
think
forest.
it's next weekend.
who bat?
Yeah.
No,
Stereo equipment.
is he?
Oh, man.
Is he selling stereo equipment?
To be
All
a
the
fly on
stuff
the
he's
wall
been
there.
testing. All those speakers he bought to test. All the bookshelf speakers. All the stuff. All
You
going
know
on.
there's going to be just ridiculously
I'm
expensive
tempted to
things
just call
left
him
out.
and tell him he
They were
should
like
send me one of them.
0.5%
So
less
I
impressive
will.
than the
Okay,
next
so
thing.
here's my thoughts on this. Right, I like that Matt is an audiophile. I like that he's into this because I enjoy some good sound as well.
It makes
right?
sense as an obsession if you're going to.
Now,
pick
what
one.
doesn't make sense to me, right, is that Matt is music that he likes, right? I don't feel like really utilizes
The full
the
spectrum.
full spectrum of premium audio equipment that he has.
Okay.
How do you
Now-
How do you know what kind of music he likes?
Because typically half the time he's playing Heartland through the dang surround sound, right?
Whereas you
he
were
loves
playing-
Heartland,
What's
right?
Heartland?
The show about cowboys and horses.
Oh,
It's very
country.
He plays Heartland. You play hardcore.
no, but he'll play that. But like the music he also listens to. You know that stereo system he got with the dang in the Civic Si, that insane sound system.
Yeah.
Right. He was playing like what's the one band that he liked playing through there?
Nickelback.
Bluegrass thing.
Not Nickelback. I want to say it was like oh my gosh, I can't think of it right now.
Matt, we're sorry. We love you.
Sorry.
We love you, Matt.
What genre are we talking?
I don't
here?
know. Alternative, like mainstream.
Matt, if you're listening, make sure you
Well,
put the music that you love
two
right down there so
diametrically
you can
opposed
tell
genres.
Anthony to
Yeah, I don't
It's
know.
alt, but it's mainstream.
Yeah,
Go away.
Mainstream
Yeah.
alternative. But
Anyway,
anyways.
think about it on the break. and when we
Imagine
come
Dragons.
back-
That's what he was
Oh,
playing.
nothing wrong with
through.
Imagine
There's
Dragons.
That
nothing
is
wrong with
mainstream.
Imagine Dragons, but it's just like I'm like that's what you're gonna put through that is Imagine Dragons,
good,
right?
good.
You get a lot of bass in there. It's
something
bombastic.
it's something within that realm.
Hey, we all know a guy that likes to play a Millie in every song test.
Oh,
for
man,
some
if I
reason.
hear a
But-
Millie
but-
or Lollipop
I
one
would
more
rather,
time.
Lollipop's the best for
I'm
that.
saying that
That's
I
really
would
the best
rather
one.
Matt play some Wu-Tang Clan, right?
yeah.
Like he used to throw down with in college through these sound systems, but instead now he's putting Heartland and Imagine Dragons through these.
All
things.
right, let's go
Just
to
give me a
break.
Tribe Called Quest. Okay, so guys, we'll be back after the break. It's going to be a brief one. We'll see you in just a few.
Hey guys, it's Anthony of the Rag Company, and do you know what's better than Q&A Thursday? Yes, that's right, it's Wash Wednesday. Not just because I host it, but because it is a genuinely entertaining and hopefully informative series where we take cool cars, cool owners, and wash in an impromptu interview setting. So make sure to check out Wash Wednesdays right here at the Rag Company YouTube channel. See some cool cars, see some cool people, and maybe learn a thing or two.
Hey guys, Levi for the Rag Company. And in case you've been living under a rock these last few months, well, have I got news for you. You can go back and binge the TRC Rex content you want. That's right, we have neared the end of our TRC Rex build. What is TRC Rex? Well, it's our 2004 Subaru WRX STI, and we literally bought this car and completely rebuilt it. So go to the Rag Company YouTube channel and you can binge literally from the start all the way to today, which, well, we're pretty much done. But the point is, you can do just like Netflix and binge every single episode from the comfort of your couch. So go check out TRC Rex right here, the Rag Company YouTube channel.
Hello, and welcome to a promo for our new series called Satisfying Saturdays. Now, what are Satisfying Saturdays? Well, I'll tell you. They're a little bit of audio, a little bit of video, put together in a satisfying combination while we do some sort of detailing on the side there, you could say. It's ASMR adjacent. So it's not going to be perfect ASMR, but it's mostly just going to be sounds of brushes and foam and water and detailing products. Just a very satisfying combination of all the things you love about detailing without any of the, noise that you don't want to have in there, right?
Oh, that didn't sound good.
Something you can just relax to, put on in the background. I don't care how you watch it, I just care that you watch it. So, that's really all there is to say about it. Check it out, I think you'll enjoy it.
Hey guys, it's Anthony of the Rag Company, and here on the Rag Company YouTube channel, we've launched something new and exciting. We all love seeing garage tours and seeing how other people's garages are laid out, and we thought we would do our own twist on that. And while we aren't so obsessed, we're definitely good enough. And so what we want to do is make an entire new series, bring you guys along and doing garage tours of different people's garages to see layouts, what they've done with the walls, what they've done with the floors, what they've done with the lighting, the storage, the tools, the detailing products, and so on. It's going to be a really cool series to hopefully give you guys new ideas and maybe make it more relatable to everybody watching. It's not Obsessed Garage, but it's definitely good enough garage. So check that out here on the Rag Company YouTube channel.
Hola, ¿qué tal amigos? Mi nombre es Juan González, el nuevo miembro de la Rag Company. Y el día de hoy estoy ante ustedes para dejarles saber que vamos a estar aquí haciendo grabaciones totalmente en español, haciendo FAQs, videos informativos. Y te has de preguntar, ¿por qué yo? Bueno, yo ya tengo más de 20 años de experiencia y 10 años con mi negocio en All Season allá en Idaho Falls. Así es que los invito a todos ustedes de habla hispana que se hagan tune in al nuevo canal de The Rag Company en español. Ahí los vemos.
Oh,
Okay.
We didn't know about
tease
that.
There. Nice.
that was very nice.
Little wake-up
bumper.
call.
Little
Yeah.
bumper there.
I
added.
like it. I like it.
That is to remind you guys that TRCMA.
Yep.
It's happening April 28th to May 1st.
Yeah.
And it's going to be a party this year.
Now, if
Telling
you
it is
don't
gonna be
know
party.
what TRCMA is, type it in to our channel and look at, well, I'd say last year's, but it's, yeah. Anyway, just type it in. You'll find the whole series. It's great.
It's really good.
so
Should be fun.
cool having everybody come here to the studio, do a bunch of live presentations. It's a good time. There's
We're
a
gonna
lot
take it to the
it.
next level, I think, this year.
Yeah.
Right?
I think
We're
it's
gonna have
gonna
some
be
fun. We got a lot of adventures planned, right? Maybe through some mountainous terrain of some sort.
Well,
right?
we took it up in the mountains
Might
last
get a
time.
little
We're gonna take it
crazy.
up again.
Heck
Yeah.
yeah.
All right, Dane, what do we got next
All
here?
right. So I've got Hans.
All right. It even got disco lights in the soles. That's right.
Yeah.
So, wanted to remind everybody, since this is the second hour, we are launching today the giveaway. You get 2 lucky winners are going to win
Some Brooks running shoes, right?
of their choice.
Of their choice.
They get a pick.
Which means that, really, the opportunities are endless with what you can
Oh,
pick up.
yeah.
But
Amazing.
it's very simple, right? In order for you to get, possibly, you need to give.
You
right?
need to
How-
give.
And how do you do that, Levi?
Well, you go to the Google Docs page that's in the comments here, and then we're also going to post it on the TRC podcast discussion group page.
On Facebook?
You've got until December 23rd to get this done, but basically you got to donate. You got to donate to your favorite local or national charity, or let's say you got some clothes that you want to donate and you take it to Salvation Army or Goodwill, or here we have the St. Vincent's, we've got the
Help the less fortunate this year.
Deseret Book. We got all the different stores. You can take that.
There you go.
They'll give you a receipt for your donation. Take
Yeah.
that receipt, take a picture of it, upload it into that Google Doc. So 1 entry per person, lower 48 states, and no need to spend a bunch of money. But if you want to give a lot of money, go for it. It's not going to increase
Doesn't
or
help your
decrease your
chances
chances at
anymore.
all. It's just everybody that enters. We just ask that you do please give and show proof that you've given or donated. So some of them that I really like, JDRF, as always, jdrf.org. If you could give to them, that'd be great. We're getting really, really close to a cure for type 1 diabetes.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things they do. So any charity, I'm not going to tell you who to donate to, but whoever you'd like to donate to, please donate and submit your receipt to that Google Doc with your email address. And then on the 23rd, on our Christmas Eve show, Christmas Eve show, we're going to announce the 2 winners. And Brooks is going to send you the pair of shoes of your choice. So pretty
That's
cool.
pretty cool.
Pretty cool. Thanks to Brooks
Crazy,
Running for doing
crazy,
that.
Crazy. So,
Thanks,
getting
guys.
back into Q&A Thursday, Dane, let's go ahead and pull up the next question here from Juan Sandoval.
Yep.
Says, I think
Sandoval.
the Comet is good electric pressure washer.
Yeah, that's a
so the
good one.
Comet is pretty good. And then we also
Stillies.
have Stillies.
Andy saying, happy Friday Eve to the TRC crew. Not so happy for me because I had a rain cancellation today. I hate that. I had a cancellation last night for
You
this
did?
weekend.
Yeah.
Super bummed.
Who
I was-
canceled on you?
I was super bummed.
You want to go find their house?
No, I
You
know
wanna
where they
egg it?
live. I know where they live.
Find where they live and detail their car
I'll just
anyway.
say it's quite high up in the mountainous regions.
Ooh.
Canceled on me and said, we'll take your next available appointment. So I
Yeah.
said, okay, next weekend. And I had 2 accounts, and one was saying they couldn't come, and they could either go before, like this weekend, or after the first of the year. So I called them up last night about 10 o'clock and said, hey, I know this is late notice. How about I just come this weekend and do your car?
Were they open
And they
to it?
said, sure, that would be great. And I said, okay, that's better. And then I wrote to the other folks and said, how's next weekend sound? Well, that worked better for you. Haven't
Yeah.
heard back. So
Yeah.
hopefully I can get that squared away because that's a higher dollar detail for me
Yeah,
on
I'm
the
sure.
second one.
Got to get that worked out.
Yeah.
Matt, the viewer.
Ceramic versus graphene, pretty much the same or major differences showing up? Totally different chemicals.
They are different.
Completely different chemicals. So yes,
But
they're
do you want to elaborate
they're
on that a
different.
little bit?
They're different. Sorry, Matt. This is just a question that gets asked 100 times.
Yeah.
They are both additives to add slickness to a coating. That's it. And they've.
Well, hold on.
I'll just tell you this.
This is Okay. Ceramic versus graphene. Pretty much the same, or a major difference between showing up, right? So graphene, right, like we've mentioned in the past, right, is a very small fraction of the overall coating sold into a graphene coating. So graphene coatings still contain silica content, right? They still contain the ceramic properties of a normal coating,
But they have
with
much
the
less
additive
graphene.
with the additive of graphene. But the graphene is honestly such a small amount.
Trace
like,
amounts.
It just, we're not quite at that level yet. I guess the chemistry isn't to where they're including so much of it to really get the properties out of graphene that are upsold to people. But it's not, I'm not saying that it's bad. I'm just saying that it's not the significant increase that you would expect in comparison. Because basically, if the introduction of the graphene, even in small trace amounts, would, let's just say, turn a 3-year coating into a 13-year coating, then obviously that graphene's doing some pretty crazy stuff, and it's making a pretty insane difference. But the durability is the same. The gloss is roughly the same. So, and they talk about the ease of cleaning and all of that. None of that really changes because it's all the same stuff. But I guess the graphene has kind of been used as a marketing ploy for many to be able to kind of upsell it and talk about the increased durability. But there's so many variables when it comes to durability and how long a coating can last and what it can withstand. It's hard to explain that.
It's the amount. It's the percentages. So it's kind of like, we'll make it this way. It's like that thrashed apple Mountain Dew. Read what the cover, what's the can say there, Dane, on the Mountain Dew part, right underneath it.
Yeah.
What does it say?
Dew charged with apple crisp, natural and artificial apple flavor.
So graphene infused coating is basically this Mountain Dew thrashed apple.
with some
It's
apple
a coating
flavor.
with a little bit of apple flavor in it.
Yeah.
That's it, right? So you could have a regular Mountain Dew or Diet Mountain Dew. You could have that instead, and you're gonna enjoy the drink. It's gonna quench your thirst, and it's gonna get you jacked up and ready to rock and roll. But this thrashed apple is just maybe a little.
So
change
if
of pace.
I bought an orange creamsicle ceramic coating,
Correct.
would that mean that I'm just buying a ceramic coating with a little bit of orange creamsicle scent to it?
Could
Probably.
possibly
Does it taste like orange creamsicle?
not.
Probably
Don't
shouldn't
drink
need
the
a coating.
coating, but if it was a drink,
Yeah.
it's just this is an additive to an already standard product. Just
Yeah.
like a graphene coating is added, the graphene is added to a ceramic coated product. Now, a true graphene coating doesn't really
Like an
exist.
industrial application.
It
or
doesn't
something.
really exist yet for the automotive market. It exists in
Industrial stuff.
industrial applications. If I had this bottle and it was a graphene coating, and it's really graphene, I could take a cup of water
Yeah.
and I could take a straw, pull a couple bits of this graphene, put it in my cup of water, and sell it to you. Hey, man, I got this water infused with graphene,
Yeah.
but I'm calling it Diet Pepsi.
Or you call it graphene water.
Or
and
I call it
people are like,
graphene.
oh, wow.
Yeah,
So it's basically
you'd go, well,
graphene.
this
It's
is
like, well,
mostly water with a little splash of Diet Pepsi in it.
Yeah.
That's kind of the difference. Because I say, well, this bottle going to cost you
Well, I mean,
a bunch
but
of
has
money.
anybody done this before in the past, right? It's not like anybody has said, "Hey, I got this word, I got this term. It's called
Everybody does it.
Teflon. Have you ever put that in anything?"
Yeah, I have. They put it on wheels now. Teflon coated wheels. Bakeware. I'm waiting for the graphene infused bakeware. So you want to know what graphene's been in for years? Pencil lead.
Yeah. So I was going to say, on a consumer level, on the point where somebody's actually buying this product, the main thing is don't expect miracles if you buy it versus what you've already experienced with the coating, ceramic, stuff like that. You may notice some differences, but they're not going to be so extreme that it's like, oh my God, I'm totally turned off to all that stuff, and now it's just all this. I haven't heard many people who are rational about it who would say that. Most people would say, it's good. It's not bad. Like, you're not going to have a bad experience necessarily. It's all dependent on the specific product. But in most cases, it's not like it's a total earth-shattering,
Yeah.
game-changing experience. And that's all. It's just some people blow stuff out of
What
proportion.
else you got for me, Dane?
All right. So, Aaron wanted to help you there.
Tesla Hawaiian Detail. Yep, that's the guy.
Yep. And
Like I like his chill. You can definitely tell he's from Hawaii. He has this very chill nature about him.
Yeah.
it's got the vibe.
Which I'm like,
Follow
I
him
like
on
that.
TikTok.
I like that, and I would like to go to Hawaii as the Rag Company team. What's the likelihood of that happening for us?
Well, I can't drive to Hawaii because there's no bridge.
We can take that
flying
booty.
is the
Yeah.
Tell Dane not to sell the truck.
The
Don't
faster
sell the
option.
truck yet. Let's take the truck. We can drive it. It's
We
tall
just
enough.
install a hole on it. We just
Put a snorkel on it, Dane. We'll be all right.
How long would it take
Drive
to
to the Marianas
drive to
Trench.
Hawaii? If it was possible.
I'm just going to put a 3,000 foot tall snorkel on it.
No, just up above the wind.
Do you
the
like?
truck's
Do you
not
have you
gonna
ever been?
sink.
Have you ever been to Hawaii?
No.
Oh, Levi, I think you would love it.
I used to go as a
There's
kid. Yeah.
chickens everywhere,
you guys-
right?
oh.
There's actually
There's
like
pog
decent amount of
juice,
farmland there and stuff. Yeah.
like pog
I
juice.
feel like I'm in Parma.
no
guava
but like,
nectar.
Chickens
Love
and guava nectar.
nectar.
Chickens and guava nectar.
Oh
Sounds
my
like
gosh.
Parma, Idaho.
No, and my favorite
Sounds like
is-
how I grew up.
So
But
depending
with
on where you
pretty
stay
flowers.
for your
There's pretty
breakfast,
flowers,
right?
dandelions,
Prettier flowers.
Lots
All
of pretty
inclusive.
flowers, dandelions and milkweed.
Well, listen, Levi, you would love this, right?
Purple
you wake
clover.
up right for breakfast. You got Canadian bacon.
Okay.
You got pancakes. You got waffles, right? You got every single type of juice nectar
can
you could
have that.
possibly
I can
want.
have that here.
Fresh squeezed pineapple juice, right?
Yeah, I have that anyway at my house. It's
but
on
no,
tap.
so you get that, right? You grab your food and you walk outside to some fresh humidity, right?
I don't like that.
Some just a little bit of easy breathing
You
humidity.
listen
Can't
to the
breathe in
crash of the
humidity, I don't-
ocean
You
waves
listen to the
and
crash of the
seagulls.
ocean, right? You hear
Okay. Yeah.
Little
I don't know how to
volcanic rock,
swim.
very porous.
kids
So
are
you
running
know.
around, screaming, having a good time. There's
Well,
chickens
that makes
out.
me anxious because I don't know how to swim. So I
Chickens
can
out
Well,
in
where
the
there
middle of the
would be
children in the-
banjos, there are now ukuleles.
And then what I really like the most
kinda
is you
like
got people on
banjos playing a
four-wheelers
little more.
everywhere.
I
Just
prefer
people are
ukulele.
four-wheeling
I like
all over
that.
the
I wouldn't
place,
mind playing on
right?
those, yeah.
Because they're like, hey, I'm four-wheeling into the jungle.
Yeah.
And you're like, I want to get in on that.
Is it sweaty in the jungle or is it the
It's
equal
a little-
amount of humidity?
It's a little sweaty. Now,
Okay.
what's funny about Hawaii,
Not
right?
sure. I'm not-
One of my
not sure
first
right
times
now.
ever going, I think I was around 13 or 14 years
Mm-hmm.
old, right? Went down there, right? Got myself my own coconut out of a tree.
Oh.
Smashed it on a
Okay.
sharp rock, right?
Yeah.
A sharp rock, and basically split that thing in half. I got to drink fresh coconut water, coconut milk, right?
I like that idea.
Right there in the middle of the woods. I have
Yeah.
never felt more manly in my life.
I like
It's
that.
pretty exciting.
and I think that was the start of puberty for me.
Probably.
Oh,
Probably. Nothing like
So it's like
breaking
the
a
coconut was a metaphor. Yikes. Okay, so Stilly's
Some of that
Mobile
fresh
Detailing.
coconut.
Jeremy is his name at Hawaii Tesla, and he's a big fan of PNS. Wow, way to just keep the motif going. All right, Friday night funkin'. 25-degree nozzle is safer. The 40-degree nozzle, rinsing the car.
No, I mean they're
40 degree is.
Yeah.
40
So 40
degree
degree
is
be safer, but they're both pretty good. I 25-degree things all day.
Me too.
All
Hawaii
right.
Tesla, funny guy, solid content. Corey B. Okay, keep going.
Grant. I did see
Didn't the
that.
ragtop inventor pass away this week? He did. It was
Yeah.
so sad.
Very sad.
Uh,
He was such a
yeah,
cool guy.
Rick
I
Goldstein.
never met him, but we talked to him on the phone. He was just so full of life
So
and full of
exciting.
energy, and he was
Yeah.
just such a fun guy,
Yeah.
man. I feel so bad.
That's one of the reasons we brought him on. We just really enjoyed the guy himself. And so his son Spencer and his wife, family, feel sorry for them and their loss. Rick was amazing, an amazing guy. And he will be missed.
yeah. He was super cool, man.
Then we got Dabbler here.
Dabbler dollars are equivalent to 1/100th of a Schrute buck. Yeah.
Well, that's
How
pretty
much
good.
is that in
Yeah,
beats?
that's
Okay.
how we call him Jeff Bucks here, and
Oh, yeah.
that's what we use to buy sodas. That dude, what makes a waterless detailing business successful versus the traditional method? How about basing a business on rinseless washing? I love both methods. You totally can.
Yeah.
Honestly, the biggest benefit of rinseless washing is you're not soaking a parking lot. You're not soaking employee cars. Most of the time, sometimes if you're just going in and washing cars for customers and you're fast at it, you got a few people, you can get a bunch of cars done in a bank parking lot, wherever, an office complex parking lot. They really shine in the metropolitan cities where they can't do a lot of water, especially in parking garages.
Yeah.
So in a lot of office complexes, what they'll do is they'll build out these steam wash setups where they're using steamers and rinseless and waterless washing techniques because the parking garage won't allow them to get that area wet because they just don't want to deal with the
Yeah, the
runoff.
properties won't mind because you're not making a mess.
Yeah, but if you're not leaving any water on the surface or the ground, there's a lot of companies that's all they do. And there's a lot of detail companies. Then there's one in Utah that runs an Optima steamer. That's what he runs, one of the big $10,000 pressure washer steamer
Oh, yeah.
combos. And he does all. He has that mounted in the back of his truck and a tank. And that's how he washes everything with steam.
Well, and
And
classic cars
it's amazing.
are a great one to use rinseless, waterless style washes on because you're putting less water around
Yeah.
it because they have less, the tolerances aren't so great.
Well,
If you were to blast them with a hose,
And it's
a little
eco-friendly.
different. Yeah.
And if you're touting that too, that look, you're not wasting a bunch of water.
Yeah.
You're saving water. You're doing things. That's huge. And
it's a good selling point
A lot of
if
companies
you're trying to attract
really
a certain
will love
customer
that.
base.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, all right, what's next?
All right, RSX Freak.
Thanks for the birthday wishes, fellas. Of course, Gabe. Happy birthday.
Of course. Just laughing at Dabbler.
Oh, Dirk,
Dirk.
how are you, man? Hope you had a great day.
Oh, well, hello. G.
Shout out to the top-notch folks in the TRC packing and shipping department. I was very excited to try the free sample of Anthony's digital manipulation foot and ankle cream that was included.
Oh, dear. Wow. G, you just keep finding new angles.
God. Yeah, new ankles?
Your ankles.
Is that what you said?
Yeah.
New angles, but yes,
Shelby
new
ankles.
asking, do you guys have any suggestions for the local touchless, brushless car washes for when it's too cold to do an O&R wash? I only know of the one off on Fairview near Locust Grove. So
Shelby, I spend quite a bit of time out there
Yeah.
at that Dirty Harry's out there.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a Dirty Harry's.
Well, there's the Dirty Harry's out there. I use
Fairview and Locust Grove.
I use the one on Linder and is it U-Stick
Yeah,
with the
that
chevron
one's-
that has a
yeah.
touchless
That's the
through
one we
there?
did your video at.
It's no, but next to that where it's actually a touchless, you could drive through, so you don't even
Yeah.
have to.
yeah, the
Well,
other
are
one
you
you could
looking
do.
for a
That's a
touchless
newer
or,
tech
or
one, so
Shelby,
it's
are you
nice.
looking to do it yourself?
Yeah,
Well,
if you want a DIY one,
The other thing you could do is take it to Jay's hand wash.
also true.
It's not great,
But it's gonna
won't.
get brushes there.
I won't
it's
do
still
that.
going to get touched.
Yeah.
They're gonna touch it. I'm not
But
saying.
a lot of touchless, like full service touchless washes are out. So
Honestly, Shelby, if you're really looking at something just to get you by, you might as well just grab like an IK foam sprayer, right? Once active foam is available or super foam, go out to a pay and spray, right? Pay your 25 cents, whatever, however much throw it to the thing.
I was gonna
Couple
say
bucks,
it's like
right?
$3 or $4.
Bring a bucket, throw a couple bucks in there. Rinse everything down, spray on your active foam, super foam, rinse everything off, see how it looks. If you need to go back over it, go back over it. But I would rather do that myself than take it through a touchless because their chemicals that they're throwing on there might be more caustic than what I would have in my foamer.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Remember when we were spraying the truck and I was like, "Is that coolant? That looks like antifreeze."
It did look like antifreeze.
And it was supposed to be a degreaser, but
Shelby, the next
looked
time
like
you're in
Mountain
town,
Dew.
you got to stop by and say hello.
She is in town.
I know,
Yeah.
that's what I mean. She's in town.
She literally lives.
I know. She needs to stop by.
Well,
she lives in Emmett. That's what I'm saying. She's got to come to town. If she's
sorry,
coming to town to
Shelby.
wash the car, she's got to swing by and say hi.
Sorry for the things I've said about Emmett, Idaho, but I don't regret it.
Go,
yeah.
go. The best ceramic coating is the one you can apply the quickest. That's the one we already talked about.
And that's
You're
for
right,
a
Go.
business perspective. Yeah.
Dan saying I couldn't make it to the winter washing live stream. It was a live stream. Looking forward to watching it soon. Coming back into negative temps here, and I am keen to wash my vehicles.
Dan, it's one of the best ones we've ever done. So go watch it. Let us know what you thought.
Yeah.
All right. Matt the viewer, thanks for the coding info.
You're welcome, man.
Scott
How
says,
far are we
hide the
behind,
baby
Dane?
oil.
Okay.
Okay.
How far are we behind?
42 minutes.
In the last video, the winter detailing methods, what IK sprayer was Anthony using to spray the car with an O&R? The IK sprayer.
I was using an IK sprayer. Don't ask any more questions other than that.
I
Davis.
remember Levi's step aerobics and stretch mark removal tapes on VHS. Yeah, back in the day when I worked for bodyfactory.net.
Changing.
Just churning out
Every
body.
I think it was body construction.
Body construction. Bodymanipulation.org. Like, Levi, I don't think it's the same site that we're thinking of right
Well, I was
now.
jumping around to a lot of different
Well,
companies.
they were a close competitor. They just never
Yeah.
quite made the leap.
all
that
these
bodybuilding
leather
doctors
straps
did.
and
Still got
chains
these
for?
guns here.
Why is this an option?
Yeah.
Body structure.
Body structure.
Body structure.
It was part of the
dot
spaghetti.
US.
It was part of the Spaghetti Liquidators family.
Oh,
companies.
okay.
Oh,
Nothing
man.
like a delicious meal at Spaghetti Liquidators.
Bodyjobsite.tv. Okay, so we got Stilly's mobile.
I literally
detailing.
pulled a muscle just watching Dane touching foot to nose at the start of show, right? Dude, Andy, he's been doing it all week, and we're very amazed.
freak people out
very
occasionally.
amazed at his
So,
flexibility.
I've never seen a guy be able to take both feet and bring him up to his face.
I know I'm a bigger guy, but
Like, The fact that he can be
I'm not
standing,
helpless.
and the next you know his feet are by his ears, you're like, how is this possible?
I need to get more into martial arts.
Think back to when we were during coronavirus, when we were locked down,
Yeah.
and G asked for Dane to go get on his bed and show us all how his feet went all the way back.
Absolutely not.
The ceiling fan above.
Frank, save us, Frank.
Oh, what new to USA Coach product are you almost looking forward to?
Nano Magic?
Active Foam, Super Foam, those two bad boys are coming to the market.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, next one, Dane. Let's catch
Boom.
up. Go Detailer Go says, I made a reclamation mat with tarp, pool noodles, and duct tape. Lasted 1 week. I recommend Auto Floor Guard from Amazon. I've had mine for most now, and it works great. Awesome.
There you go.
It works. It's easy, cheap, and simple.
Yeah.
All right. Lead Dog, please do more shows like you did yesterday. I learned a lot. Good, man. I'm glad.
to hear it.
Thank you for tuning in. The guys who claim that O&R scratches paint also use poor quality wash media and towels. You're right, CJ. That's what is scratching the paint. O&R has nothing to do with it. You're
Pretty
right.
much
That's
always
exactly
the
what it
case.
is.
Yeah.
They're getting garbage towels from Walmart.
Yeah.
Or Big Box Star, I should say. Sorry. Off-label use. I found auto sealers coatings helpful for household items like sinks, shower glass, toilets. Thoughts: most home coatings are polished impermeable wax and do little to repel dirt.
Then we have a lead dog that says, I think topic-specific shows are much better than free-for-alls.
Yeah, like the week before's topic show of how to replace your fender and hood on your Rex Suburban.
It was
That was
kind
pretty
of
niche.
a little
Shop
everywhere.
talk.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah. But I think the winter tips
Well, we're just
really
answering
went over
questions.
well.
If you
Yeah,
join
the
us for our live after this, we're going to be banging out a frame out of a car. Showing you
think
how
he's joking. We are
how
going
to
to bend the
straighten-
frame
how
on
to
the car
straighten a
right after
frame
we
with
are
a
going to
come
show you
along.
how to straighten a small fender bender.
vinyl wrap
Probably
a couple
not.
pieces of trim.
The
They're like,
best.
we're going to be using a couple come-alongs, right? We're definitely going to be coming along all right.
It's going to be
Oh,
amazing.
boy.
I'm excited. It's going to bring back
Poor little
memories to
car.
when I did it to my Honda.
Yep. We got next after that, we have Stiller says, dudes, I'm loving the doorbuster towels, especially the Lavender 350. I think I found a new fave for applying bead maker over protect.
Nice. There you
Very
go.
good.
Yeah.
Then we have SM Arnold. Just kidding. SM says, what was the IK sprayer he used in yesterday's
IK
live
sprayer?
video?
Yes.
It was an IK sprayer.
Yes.
Yeah, an IK
Yeah.
sprayer. Pretty crazy.
Wow.
Benjamin Rio should have added this to the last message, but is it a foam pad 12? How can it be modified to spray as liquid and foam when needed? Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
People find things on the internet.
Seem
you
to be
know.
like we use just an IK sprayer. Off topic.
Sorry,
Anthony and
we're
Levi,
gonna keep dancing
have
around
you guys
this one.
ever considered getting laser eye surgery? I had it done a few years ago, and it was one of the best investments I ever made. JB,
Wow.
I guess you don't like our glasses.
Wow.
So I asked about it because I
Oh,
was
yeah.
curious,
Mhm.
right? I
Yeah.
said, hey, what are the chances?
We
of
had
this?
our
And they said that, hold on, Nick, can we get a shot over here of me without glasses?
Ooh.
Because
I want to do this too.
it definitely makes people a little more uncomfortable when I don't have take this off.
They look and they're like, wow, your eyes are kind of small.
And and they look at me and they say, "Wow, you look a lot different
Okay,
without
my
glasses on."
Yes, he
And-
does.
Here we go. Get my shot.
let's
with
get
my
Levi
glasses
over there.
off.
Now they're just mugging for the camera, guys.
What do you guys think? Look all right?
Are you disturbed now? Is this confusing for you?
So we look quite a bit different, but when I had asked the eye doctor, I said,
Yeah.
"Hey, what are the
I can't
chances?"
even see the TV.
So what are the chances of me getting laser eye surgery? And he said, "At this point in time, the technology is not quite. It's there,
some fuzz on your
but
glasses.
it's that he's like basically."
That's right here on the arm.
It may not be a full on. It may not be a full on fix. Like he said,
Yeah.
you might still have to wear glasses, but like they might be able to fix like my astigmatism.
Mm-hmm.
I do have a lazy eye when I focus, when I hyper focus with one eye. But it's kind of up in there. He said it's iffy right
Yeah.
now. He said they would try, right? They would get some kind of result, but he said. He's like, I don't know, with how fast things are progressing in certain ways. He
Yeah.
said, give it another like 5 years.
I've never asked. I just know that I'm technically legally blind without my glasses on.
Oh, I'm not. I have like 20/20 in one eye still, but
I don't.
But my lazy eye is what throws people off, right? So I think that
But you're both.
But glasses are one of my identities,
Oh,
right?
my trademark.
Right.
I've worn glasses since I was 3 years old. So when I don't have my glasses on, let's just say when I'm wearing contacts, it feels not
not
right.
you. Yeah.
I feel like I'm kind of like,
You're in disguise.
what's going on right now, right? And the thing is most of my sins have taken place when I wasn't wearing glasses.
Right.
And so that's why I'm like,
They keep him grounded.
they keep me grounded.
Right, exactly.
Right.
Keep thinking good thoughts.
Okay.
Yep,
But
exactly.
you're both near.
But JB, I'm glad it worked for you. Glad it worked for you. Yeah, I'm nearsighted.
Okay.
I can see.
I'm farsighted.
See, I should
I
be
can
wearing
see
glasses, but
to
I'm
about
farsighted, so I can drive without him and all
Any
that
about
stuff.
past that, it starts to blur.
Yeah, I can see.
I'm fine, blurry. Yeah.
Yeah, that's something I really can't focus on. I can focus about right there, but then after that, it's kind of.
I mean, I was almost a pirate when I was a kid. They were going to give me an eye patch and everything.
Yeah,
was that bad,
that's pretty.
so
That'd be pretty.
I've
tough.
just stubbornly
Could you
gone
imagine
through
a
it.
young stone hennin with an eye patch.
Oh my
I know,
God,
right?
dude.
Kicking kids
you know,
down.
You're boring Nick to tears.
he's
back
got an eye patch. He lights up a cigarette while he's standing at the top of the stairs.
Yeah.
looking
And
at
he
people.
goes, and that's when he goes, I rolled down a driveway
We're like,
once. when I was
right,
an
Dane, is that a Rocketeer tattoo on your arm? And he's like,
Could be.
he's like, my name's Stone. Oh,
Michael Thompson saying, hey guys, Liquidator or Gauntlet, they're both amazing.
both are awesome.
Use them
towels.
both.
Yep.
All right, Dane, keep going.
All right, G.
Powering through. The ladies of Meridian Christmas Party will have a buttery smooth action with soggy balloons, Dane
Oh
speaks
my
of.
goodness.
Do you use only O&R in your pad wash solution, or do you pre-treat and use something in addition to O&R? My pad wash. In my pad washer? Yeah, no, just O&R. And then pre-treat is usually an APC. Psh, psh, psh.
Okay.
Bop, bop, bop. Would you please consider a show specifically about older classics, pre-1990 cars? Dane would love that.
I was going to say, I could do that, but my van's a 94. You could get into the earlier stuff.
Darn it. Shoot.
You've got access to
God,
plenty
we're
of
just
older
gonna have to
cars.
miss out on that.
Plenty of older
Good idea,
cars.
lead. Like it. Scent says, I use the Scent things that plug in. Nice. Ooh, I bet his garage
Glade.
smells very nice. Oh, Glade
Airwick
plug-in?
or something along those
Yeah,
lines.
Mike B. Hey guys, what would you recommend for coating on a windshield of a skid steer trying to get through snow removal season as easy as possible? Honestly, OptiSeal or Beadmaker
That's an easy way to do it.
Easy
Doesn't
way to
require
clean
much
the
work at
glass.
all.
Yeah.
provides a lot of protection, and it's something that can be reapplied very simply and very easily.
Agreed.
G referring to
After
the
that,
Lad
I'd use
Bible comment.
I'd use Inspiration View.
G, the Bible stopped pursuing copyright infringements in about 1200 AD. Now, I'm just going to point out, it was a little after that, maybe about 200 years after that for a little while. Actually, they started pursuing them again, and it was very bad for the whole world. So just not a good time. All right, so then we got Stilly.
Han's too funny.
We've got, we're on to page 2 now, so we're getting closer. Ron.
Hey, TRC crew, I tried the Ropes Uno Protect system Levi posted a while ago. Only I use CTV3 instead of Beadmaker. Car came out awesome. Hey,
go.
Ron, I want to thank you for using my process that I developed.
This drives Anthony absolutely
Truly,
insane.
it was a spark of genius when that happened.
Man.
You know, I want to thank my wife and children for giving me the inspiration and
Wow.
the thoughts. It was Augie who actually told me, you should try
How much does this
using
hurt,
this Beadmaker.
Anthony?
And I
This
said,
is just my
I
life,
will, son.
so
Thank
whatever,
you.
man.
Appreciate that.
It's all
Just a
good.
little credit
Ron.
that
yeah,
way.
Ron,
He'd
tell
probably really
everybody.
appreciate
Let
it.
everybody know Levi. Yeah, showed you that technique. It's good. We got Jimmy Moto says, are the minor and edges through 65 the same towel? Yes. Ordered mine the other day, and they were labeled as minors. Yes, so they're the same towel, just
Gray
different colors.
365s are minors.
Yep.
The part that makes them minors is that color. So
We just
yep.
named some of them with a color.
Brassy
Daniel
purposes.
Jerrigan, Titan Auto Detailing. Can you guys give me a happy birthday to my new son, Elijah? We need so much.
Hey.
Happy birthday,
Happy
Elijah!
birthday! See all these decorations? They're birthday decorations in a
Yeah.
sense. So yeah, that works.
That's awesome. Happy birthday.
G. Davis, Hans Close, and will steal your shoes in your heart.
As long as it lights up.
Frisky little Dutchman.
and your dragon tattoo.
Yeah.
You're
Oh
not careful.
man.
Comical guys getting roasted today.
Oh, man.
Aaron's Detail Image sells buckets that is $11.99 versus $39.99. Not hating on the price, by the way, on the Yeti.
They are different buckets.
They're different. Yeah,
Yep.
again, we literally we're not have no affiliation with Yeti.
Zero.
We're
Yeah.
just saying that find other insulated buckets that are cheaper
Double
than
wall
Yetis that
insulated
work
buckets,
well. I'm all about them still.
Well, and you and I got ours on clearance.
Yeah,
Yeah.
The ones we have at our house, we got on clearance. I think I paid $24
I
for
got
mine.
I got mine for free at
Ace
a
Hardware,
company Christmas party.
Yeah,
That's where I
but
got
normally
mine.
retail on them's $39.95. Yesterday we were at the they were $36.99 at the local hardware store, and they were having a 10% off 1-day sale, and so which was lucky when we walked in that they had them. So we actually got them cheaper, almost $33.
We got the charcoal version
Yeah,
too, much
yeah.
cooler than white. If I'm being
Yeah,
honest.
I don't. My white one, I should probably get a charcoal one next.
Lead Dog says, please do instructional show aimed at older classic cars, 25 plus and older. Lots of differences in doing them versus new cars.
Correct.
Thanks.
Yeah.
If Lead Dog, if we can find an old car, sure.
Hey, Dog, I would say, if you look in our back catalog, we have many details on older cars. And I do mean older cars. So definitely stuff from the 60s, 70s, 80s, even the 40s in some cases, that classic limo you did.
Yeah.
There's lots of great examples that you can check out. So dig through our back catalog. We
I
have
did a
over
Rinseless
900
wash on
videos
an old
on this
limousine
channel.
that belonged to famous lady. What's her name? I can't remember her name, but it's in the video.
Oh,
Okay.
was that one the Rita Hayworth one?
Rita Hayworth, that's right.
I think so.
I think it was her.
Nice.
I'll have to double check that.
Yeah, she was one of them beautiful starlets in the 40s.
We have CJ Byrne says, G. Davis, I remember those losing it Levi aerobic tapes from back in the day, back before the interwebs, those videos and the Sears catalog underwear
man,
section
I remember those days.
was all we had.
Yeah, it was
my
that was a simpler time back then. Yeah. RSX Freak 79 couldn't afford those Reebok pumps as a kid, so he had to settle for the LA Gear regulators. I had
Regulators?
1994. I bought myself a pair of Reebok pumps. Used my lawn mowing money.
Ooh.
Walked in on a Memorial Day sale.
Yeah.
Or no, it was a President's Day sale. It was right near my birthday.
What the pumps were the ones that actually had the pump on it.
Yeah, on the tongue, the orange basketball pump. Pop, pop.
Those were Reebok?
Yeah, Reebok pumps.
I didn't know those were Reebok.
So I'm sitting
I had
there.
friends that had those
right?
in school.
They were like $120 back then.
Yeah.
And they were like 20% off on President's Day at JCPenney's. And I remembered I had the money. And I made my mom drive me home so I could get my money. And then I bought them. And then I went into school. And all the parents started calling my parents saying, I can't believe you bought your son those shoes. And my dad had to chew every single one of those parents out and tell them that I raised that money myself. And they thought that I was, they were like, how could you just buy your son those new hype brand shoes? But I was
Because the assumption was just there that all the parents are buying their kids
but
that stuff.
I had saved my money and bought those. That year I bought that and a bike with my lawn mowing money.
You know what's funny? Is that you remember Nike Shocks?
I was doing for
right?
$10. Yeah.
SHOX.
Do you remember
Yeah.
Nike
I was,
Shocks, right?
Yeah, I was in my 20s.
For some reason, I was always very, very much attracted to Nike Shocks, right? I was like, dang, not only these cool shoes for guys, right? But when there's girls, like sporty athletic girls that wear these
They like
things,
them too.
I like them too,
Oh, okay.
right? Go figure. All those years later, right? Never met a girl that wore Nike Shocks. Meet my wife, right? I said, yeah, what kind of shoes do you like back in the day? She's like, oh, I had a pair of Nike Shocks that I loved. I'm like, where were you? When I was
we
a
didn't know each
teenager,
other?
waiting to know you, the Nike Shocks girl I've always wanted.
Yeah.
But it took all these years, and so I asked her, if I got another pair of Nike Shocks for you, would you be into it? She's like, oh no. She's like, that was like so 16. I'm like,
All right.
Well, way to make it weird.
something to
Some
think
Alex
about.
Grillo here.
Yeah.
So, guys, I had a thought. Adams has his polishes. Griot's has his garage. Jax has his wax. So I say, Dane's towels just rolls off the tongue.
I love it.
Does it?
Dane's towels.
Well,
On earlier details that were one steps, I was using Playmaker, but now that I've returned to maintain those details, I'm finding that UnoProtect Beadmaker combo may just, in fact, be a more durable result. Andy, I'm telling you, man,
that is what these
the
guys
main
have
reason
been.
I like UnoProtect over Playmaker.
Yeah. So when everybody asks, that's why.
That's why we do it.
All right.
CJ, I recall my mom hiding the Sears catalog for all the reasons you mentioned.
Oh.
And then is Anthony Spence twin from the show King of Queens?
Okay.
Who's Spence? I don't know who Spence is.
Nice, a Tribe Called Quest reference. I saw them live in
As long
'95.
as
Good call.
Spence isn't what's his name? the guy that everybody says
Is
I
the
look like.
KCX
No.
reducer for the drain trap needed to fill bottles, or can I just use the tap by itself? I'm guessing the reducer simply slows the flow of chemicals. No, it actually reduces.
No,
So it
there's a-
fits in a spray bottle head. It's kind of a
yeah.
funky size. That's why. I don't know. Don't ask me why they didn't do it the other way, but it's to do with that.
Well, don't we sell another reducer on its own
That's
too?
what I'm saying. It's the cap
It's
and then a
weird.
reducer.
Yeah.
G. Davis, I also found certain magazines in ditches from time to time back, and I did too. In fact, right where that house that Dane was looking at,
Yeah, you said there was a stump over there.
there was
no.
there was a stump over there in which I lifted off a piece of wood and found a large treasure trove, a cache, if you will. When I was a
It was
young
over
15
there.
years old.
You did say it was over
Yeah,
there.
right over that
Oh,
area.
no.
Surprising. It was just always up there in those foothills. You could go
Yeah.
anywhere. If it was a piece of wood, you lifted it up and whoa, lo and behold.
There's gold
a
up in
lot
them
of great
there
magazines
hills.
to
Yeah.
learn from.
Okay, Scott.
So it was a good time to have a mountain bike.
Scott has a good question. Will you be doing any more Relatable Garage
Yes.
episodes? I'm always looking for ideas, but when you search, it's all unaffordable stuff. I think this series applies to way more people. You know,
Well,
that's
thanks, man.
kind of why we were
Scott,
doing it, is
we
we
have-
saw an opening for a kind of a cool niche that could
We
be
have
fun.
Josh's
Josh's
house on
next.
deck, which is up next, and then
Well, I
we
think I'll
actually
have a
we
new one to show you guys.
Yeah, we'll
very
have
soon.
a new one to
We've
show
been
you.
talking about bringing on some of our fathers from some of our parents' garages, just to kind of show you kind of where some of us have come from, kind of see where our maybe what we grew up with or inspirations
Yeah.
kind of stemmed from. And then we've even talked about Tom from Buff Bright it's a bigger garage, but he also uses it to run his business out of a little bit. So it's kind of does dual duty. So Tom from Buff Bright, we've talked about having him do his garage tour as well. So
it's just hard.
we're just
'cause
trying to
because
find
we have
people
to
that have
figure out a
garages.
way to maintain the level of quality that we've been doing on our garage series, and even if it's remotely. That's the hardest part, right? Because I think it's all about the presentation of how the questions I ask to get people to talk about what they've done.
It's a real-time interaction.
It is an interactive thing, and it's difficult to do remotely. So really, we're kind of isolated to our area right now and people that are local to Boise. But maybe down the road,
If we find points where we're traveling and it makes sense to
Yeah,
bridge
we
out,
can do that.
I think we could certainly do some stuff.
Yeah.
And the point of it isn't to show off. It's just we're regular people. You take a look at it and you go, yeah, that's a
well, and
normal
it's fun to learn
garage.
different ideas.
It's not meant to be like a big, showy, super impressive thing. It's literally just something that's relatable.
I think the
That's
one
why
thing
it's
that
in the
I've
name.
taken away from both of the ones, like the biggest ones that I've seen so far, is Anthony and Gabe have main water shutoffs in their garage.
That's,
I don't have that. And
Good idea.
it's one of those things where I started looking, going like, especially when I had to replace a leak in my shower and I had to crawl on my hands and knees under my house all the way to the other end of the house to turn off the water and then crawl all the way back, replace the part, then crawl all the way over and crawl all the way back and get done and go,
Yeah.
I should have just had a little valve in my
were
garage.
there any spiders under there?
Yeah, a lot of spiders.
Yeah,
Ugh.
it's never fun.
Did they get on you?
No,
How do you know?
because I watch for them. I have eyes in the back of my head.
So do they.
Yeah.
Okay, so Matt, the viewer.
Should add graphene sealers are terrible for household items as the graphene oxide collects and scratches and looks ugly. There you go. Good idea.
Okay. Popping in.
And thanks for graphene info. I'm getting some dust attraction from Malice issues with PNS Beadmaker. What is a similar product that doesn't have this issue? Malice, you hear this all the time. People think that it dusts. I usually think people leave dust or have a dusty spot, which they're working in. But you can always go over it with Dreammaker. Dreammaker has some dust inhibitors, so does Paint Gloss, which
Yeah, it's
they have
anti-static
anti-static properties.
Keeps the dust down until it cures up.
Because the bead maker has to go through the process where
It has to go through this flip where it has to cure.
Yeah.
And we got next question is from Matthew. It says,
artificial apple
artificial
flavor.
apple. G. Davis says, have you guys tried the ginger snap Mountain Dew?
no.
That sounds interesting.
We heard it wasn't good.
Yeah.
And
Oh, is that
then
the
Chad, what's
gingerbread
going on, man?
one?
Shad, what's up? Good afternoon.
Hey, hey.
Mary Beth, who still uses McGuire's number 20 bun?
Is that the sealant? Is that
think
is,
so.
is 21 their synthetic sealant?
I don't,
They're
yeah.
they're 2.0.
Probably,
Is
but
that
I don't.
21
I don't,
is?
Mary Beth. I'm sorry.
Now here's a fun one.
Fat guy on the couch. Topic you guys could talk about is YouTube detailing versus reality. When some of these guys do a full detail in an hour and 45 minutes, it gets me wondering. That's how I do it.
How do you like our real-time stuff? I mean, you see the 20-minute
done
detail
enough
with
of
you
those.
and
We need to
Gabe.
do some more of those real-time where we drive the vehicle, when we did the towels to dry the vehicle off and show how we could do it in real time.
When you're a detailer for
So
a
what
business,
drives me nuts are the folks that try and take too much time on a product when they are actually running a business.
Yeah.
My guys were and are still very, very fast detailers. And that came because we were a commercial detailing company. We did a lot of dealer work. We had to push cars through. We were a production shop. So you learn a lot of tricks and a lot of time savers that a lot of detailers nowadays just don't know and they're scared of. But it's really those speeds, that's what makes you money. But it translates to where when I'm working on let's say I've got what could be potentially for a normal person, a 20-hour detail, and I can get it done in less than 8, there's a reason for that. It's because I've learned how to do it that way. I've taught myself that way. If I'm doing a detail that someone takes 8 hours to do and I can do it in an hour and 45 minutes, again, there's a reason because I know the tips and the tricks and the ways to speed up and get around certain things or do certain things. It's the same rule of thumb as what I like to say drywallers. You could drywall your entire garage, right, Anthony? Let's say we strip all that drywall out of your garage. You could probably drywall it yourself.
Yeah.
But it would take a little while. You could mud and tape it, but it might take a little while, right? Dane, it'd be same way. You could probably do it yourself.
Yeah, it's
But what's your time worth?
simple, but
Well, like-
there's certain elements
yeah.
that certain people who just have that experience, they can do it without thinking about it. Their body
Muscle
just
memory.
knows. It's all muscle memory.
They know the tips and the tricks to make it look professional and perfect and fast.
And what is your time worth to let someone like that do it? And you pay a little more, but you get it done versus
Yeah.
just buying the supplies for
So,
yourself and trying to do
when
it.
my dad was building
but you
his
spent
shop,
8 times as long doing it
when
yourself.
he was building his first shop, he had a cathedral ceilings in his garage. So he designed it. He's like, I'm going to sheetrock it. He goes and gets the lift. He jacks up the sheetrock. It's hanging on the lift. He climbs and builds this massive, whatever those are called, scaffolds. Gets up there. He's got me. I'm 15 years old. And I'm like, and we're rocking on this thing. And he starts drilling. And we get one board up. And it's crooked. So he undoes it. He gets it back. Just drills it back in. He goes, okay.
That's one.
All right, we got to climb back down. Well, let's get that one, and let's get that jack. Let's take a break for a minute.
Somebody's stubborn and they insist on doing it
That
themselves.
was my dad. We
in
got that
spite
one
of
up,
your better
and by the
judgment.
time we got down, got another piece of sheetrock loaded, got it put on the little thing, the dolly, popped it back up there, got lined up. My dad was like, "God dang, it's been 5 hours, and we
you
got
should
2
never
pieces
be
of
too
sheetrock
proud
up."
to ask for help.
So he said, "Screw this." Called 2 guys, said, "You guys can sheetrock the ceiling." They came in. They said, "Yeah, we'll have that done in about 2 hours." These 2 guys showed up, and they had it totally working like clockwork. They put multiple sheets on the jack. They got these special arms that they made. They put them on, and they're like, "Yeah, we'll use your jack. It's fine." Pop, 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 put it all together. And my dad was like, "Well, I didn't know about that. I didn't know you could do that. I thought it was one sheet at a time. I
Exactly.
didn't know you could." And they're like, "No, that's fine. Just get it done."
That's
and the way they were rolling
why you're paying
their
them.
setup, they had it done. They had it taped. They had it all that stuff done. And my dad was like, that was the best $400 he had ever spent.
Because that's their whole job.
'Cause
It's
that's
not,
what they do for
It's
a
not
living.
you trying to learn a new skill. If you're doing it for yourself and
So-
you want to learn a new skill, that's fine. Just don't expect
Correct.
miracles in the first time out.
So-
if you need a job done, you hire somebody to do it.
Right. So that's the difference. So yes, there are guys that can do a full detail in an hour and 45 minutes because they've learned how to do it in an hour and 45 minutes. Now, I will say there are hacks out there. There are people that don't know what they're doing, and they could still mess it up and do it in an hour and 45 minutes and mess everything
Every
up.
line of work.
Point is, hey, we got to hurry. What do we got left?
We have a page and a third.
Okay. Alex Dewar refers to Canadian bacon as American ham, says G. Davis.
Next up, Yoshi says, would that booty ever be legal?
jeez.
Aaron says, would it ever be legal in Hawaii? I hear they have some pretty ridiculous rules about suspension modifications. Who knows? Next
Oh,
question.
man.
We've got Aaron says, Dabbler Dollar, never heard of that.
It's a joke, Aaron.
They're making them up.
Jay Zister, hey guys, just popping in. Love last night's live stream on O&R winter washing was great. How much O&R goes in that steamer? Like a couple drops.
Yeah,
Doesn't
there's
take
not much.
much.
I use like a half a cap.
256 to 1. Basically, we get these little cups that come with our steamer, and you fill up the bucket, and you just fill that cup up with it.
Not O&R.
If you have distilled water in it, if you make your bucket.
I'm not saying you don't fill the whole cup with O&R.
No, you fill the bucket. If it's distilled water and O&R in your bucket,
Yeah.
you can just dunk right from there and fill that cup and fill your steamer.
Because it's already
and
diluted.
keep going because it's already diluted 256. But in actuality, it's only a few drops.
It's the old fill up
true.
the sprayer technique.
Yep.
It's too true.
Evan.
Great news, Jensen Anthony. Just kidding. I told you my glass towel issue was an error. No issues this past week. Buy more. Awesome, man. Congrats.
Nice.
Thank
Glad
you,
we
Evan.
got that fixed for you.
That dude. You guys are awesome. Thanks for answering my question. You're welcome, man.
Thanks, that dude.
G. Davis. Dat Booty was would guest star on an episode of Magnum PI. Woof at the Woof at has escaped. Woof has escaped. I don't know.
Oh, dear.
I was wrong about mileage, says David. 5,240 to be exact. Fire
That's
chief's truck,
nothing.
grass fire truck. So, Uno Beadmaker it is. Is that a Boise Mobile Equipment truck?
Could be.
Is that what you're talking about? Is that what that is? Friends here at Boise Mobile
Yeah,
Equipment.
they make that stuff.
Next up, we have G. Davis says, Anthony, could you please wash my mom, Linda?
No, wash.
Wish.
You can if you want to wash. If you want to
Jeez,
wash her.
the thing's detailed. Now you just gave a
she
whole
might,
new thing.
You know,
to go
it's her
on.
birthday. It's a good present.
So,
Oh, no.
So, Anthony, could you please wish my mom, Linda, a happy belated birthday? I forgot to mention it last week. Thank you. Linda.
Happy birthday, Linda.
Happy birthday.
Birthday, Linda.
Thank you for tuning in, and thank you
For birthing G.
For birthing G, right? And hopefully we've made him
The
laugh
world is better
a lot
for it.
and given you a few laughs as well. Next up, we have
Page one.
Page
Hold
one,
on.
which
Shelby.
is Shelby says, "Don't worry, I say the same things about Emmett."
Well, it counts because you live.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Benjamin, have you guys used any of the Built Hammer product line? Any good? We
Yeah,
use their
they're
clay.
good.
Great, yeah, like great products.
Good
though.
brand. Good brand. Gee, I also requested Dane put on his high school soccer shorts and put his ankles by his head. Maybe next Paramus trip?
Maybe
Maybe.
what
Who
happens
knows?
in Paramus
Oh, no.
stays in Paramus.
No.
What are you guys' thoughts on wet sanding from a business perspective? Is it something you guys think that should be offered, or would you recommend consulting paint preservation instead? I would only wet sand on cars out of a body shop.
You try and go to the least
Honestly,
aggressive method
fresh
first.
clear, that's the only time I would recommend wet sanding as a business.
Or if it's a show car.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean.
It's the only thing.
That's the only time.
I wouldn't do it on a newer car. Or if it's a car you're trying to flip, like I wet sanded my red pickup.
But yeah, what you do on your own time for your own
I knocked
vehicles
it down
is
because it was for me, and it
another
was
matter.
easier to brighten it up. So,
No. People's expectations can be a little
Mm-hmm.
off.
Hans, zoom in on Anthony. He loves it.
I hate it.
Then Dan, can you recommend some good shop lights for paint correction, preferably not a scan grip? Well, you can pick up Buff Brights and you can throw them on your polishers. You can also just get what we've got right here in the studio, some Berea 6500s. And these are 5,000s, I think. But the 6500s, you can get a 4-pack or 6-pack on Amazon for like $50. And
Inexpensive, but they work.
you can daisy chain them.
I think
you can put them around. They're probably the best
I
lights.
think that secret's gone.
Yeah.
Are they still $60?
I think so.
Are you
They
sure? I
pretty
thought
sure.
they did a price increase.
Pretty sure, but the
They
point
noticed
is,
so many people were
they're
buying
still
them.
extremely inexpensive. They're portable. You can put them wherever you want. When I was working on that car, that Thunderbird, I was laying them on the ground.
Ooh.
They'll
You're
shine
creating an
and light up.
ambiance.
Shining light up underneath the car. It was beautiful.
The lights in our studio
Nice-
tend to be on
nice
the
lighting.
pricier side because they need to work on video. So
Yeah.
ours aren't necessarily what you would need in a detail shop, just an FYI.
But these are great because you can add them anywhere. They're portable.
Yeah,
They're
these
easy. They
Bereas.
can mount them. They can come off, and they're just awesome.
Yeah.
And then Alkaline said, would you say your Yeti sponsor application status is a not Yeti? Ha. It's a good one. Profound detail if CSL and exo coatings is applied and kept inside for the 24-hour period after. Any issues with exposing to snow or salt without washing for the first week? Should I top with CTV3 prior to it leaving? Yes, I would. If you're going to leave it inside for 24 hours, I would hit it with CTV3. Added insurance. Mm-hmm. That's all.
RSX.
Not sure if this is posted on the show, but my RSX has 18-inch Volks Racing C28s in gold with polished lips. Very nice.
C28s, man.
Got
That's a
them
classic.
Volks.
Good looking wheels.
JB?
Anthony, yesterday you suggested to go to Walmart for a topper for O&R. Which one would you recommend to get there? Just kidding.
Oh, JB, you're so funny.
Javier, hey y'all, feels like it's been forever. Just finished my semester yesterday, and now I can get back to doing some detailing over the break. Congratulations, Javier.
Welcome
Congrats.
back.
Dan, I suggest going with Dane's Towel Factory. Everyone can tell their friends and family that they're DTF.
Oh, that's fun. That's
Dan, good
fun.
one. I would also love a classic car 25-year plus video. It would help me with ideas to improve for my Saddle Creek Golf Club clients here. Well, so it sounds like we just got to do a rinseless wash on one of my dad's cars.
I mean,
what it sounded like?
yeah. I mean,
feels like that's all.
What
it
did we
is.
do? Well, we had the GTO recently. That was a 60s GTO.
I got fuzz
we
all over me from this.
we had a 68 Camaro that
Yeah.
you did the
Yeah.
don't use the
Yeah, we got lots of
duster
videos. We've
video.
done that
We
stuff.
have classic cars in our
I did
videos.
an O&R wash with wash and wax on that on that old limo.
So take a look at some of our older videos. Like, you may have to go back a little ways because we haven't done too many recently, but they're there and they're ready
just-
to be watched.
ready to
right
rock
now.
and
We
roll.
want to apologize because looking for something like that in the feed
I
is
know.
going to be pretty hard. Also, because our search engine results aren't ideal. Chat. It may take a while to find something of that nature, but we will try to see what we can do about future videos. Can we get any closer than this, Nick?
If you want a real time capsule, though, just go to the Rag Company channel on YouTube and sort the
Are you
videos.
kidding me?
Sort the videos.
Are you kidding
by
me?
oldest first.
This
and you
is
will go on a
uncomfortable.
journey.
Yeah.
And speaking of journeys, hello
Frank.
from New Jersey. Says
Hello, Frank. We miss
Hey,
you and we
Frank.
miss New Jersey.
Jay Zeester.
Jayzister. Dumpster diving in apartment complexes usually resulted in a nice magazine collection. Oh, very nice.
Yeah,
avoid
all the
ones-
popular mechanics,
sounds
am I right?
delightful.
Avoid the ones
Yeah.
that stick together.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, that's most of
Espen Saride, hi from white and snowy Norway. Have you gotten the wash and finish from KCX yet? Not yet. And do you have any tips using it? It's working nice with the GF Japanese car, but I've been seeing some streaking. So Espen, how do mix it with Vaughn?
Were you trying to speak?
Yes, forgot
Nordic?
my Norwegian.
How's it going?
Yeah,
But yeah, no,
not
mix
good.
Mix it with some distilled water.
1-to-1, cut it.
Distilled
No.
Vaughn, and 1-to-1, it'll work
You
probably a lot better.
you don't speak Norwegian. it's hard to listen to this.
Sorry,
I-
Espen.
yeah,
we apologize
yeah,
on
yeah.
behalf.
Yar, Levi.
How do Anthony?
Oh, so sorry, Espen.
Moving on, we have
Alex.
Alex that says, I'm back. Anyone else miss satisfying Saturdays? I miss waking up on a Saturday cooking American ham.
Oh,
Been on a
man,
G.
it's
Davis
sipping on
signature
it.
roast coffee, courtesy of the friends Tim Hortons.
Oh my God.
that's a good
American ham. That was a
delicious
thing. I hope
American
they
ham.
don't call
Canadian
it like
bacon,
that up
American
there.
ham.
Oh,
That's good, delicious.
sick.
All right,
Espen.
Espen, Anthony, what's your favorite windshield coating treatment?
I just like bead maker, man. That's what I'm always going to use. Favorite,
It's the
ever asked me what's
easiest
my
to put
favorite
on there.
windshield coating? I just put bead maker on all glass because it's easy and extremely effective. It just works.
And if it wears away, you put more on there. It's easy.
It's just more.
It's not like it costs a lot either. It's super effective.
Next up, we have Sahij.
Hey, y'all, how do y'all wash your pads with our pad washers?
Pad washers or in a sink with some rags to riches.
Yep. Or washing machine with rags to riches.
Well,
Hey, guys,
preset.
how do you clean your polishing pads after use? We just answered that.
Yeah,
Sahij.
Yep.
Gee, Mom is in the tub for the post-show Zoom. Thanks,
Oh,
Anthony.
no.
She's ready to rock and roll.
All right, Anthony, you're up. Tag in.
Oh my gosh, that was weirdly visual.
That wasn't so bad, now was it?
Weird.
no.
It's Levi. Hopefully your gift package should be leaving tomorrow. Wow,
Hey,
thank
take
you,
your
Graham. I
glasses off. Those
appreciate
are the
it.
eyes of a man who's haunted. Okay, so Graham. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, TRC Ragnar Rules. Hey, TRC crew. What new products are you most looking forward to in 2022? Can't wait to try the new flavors.
We
You'll
can't
have to
talk
find
about
out
it.
at
We can't talk about
TRCMA.
it.
You
That
gotta
was a
tune
that was a
in.
good trick to try and get us to say
Tune
something.
in to
but-
TRCMA April
To see
28th.
what's
to
new in
March.
2022.
Yeah.
Yes.
April and May. It's going to be beautiful. April 28th to May 1st, 2nd?
No, that's March.
March 28th to April.
Levi's dates are
First.
way off.
Thank
That's the
goodness.
wrong month.
That would have confused people.
Next
Refer
up
back
here.
to the bumper.
Late March to early April, that's the game.
We've
Okay.
got
Moving on.
Espen says, is there any products that you haven't tried or want to test out from KCX? We are being very patient with everything because some of the formulas will be changing from Germany to the U.S. depending on the product. So we're going to wait, and once we get the good stuff,
Yep.
try it out, and then go from there.
Yeah.
Andrew makes sure that we get everything before it comes anyways.
Scott says you can borrow my 88 Scirocco for your old car series.
I love a good Scirocco.
I like Scirocco's.
Named after a, what is it, a Moroccan wind? Or, no, I can't remember. I'm pretty sure it's named after a wind.
Okay.
All right, so we got Stillies.
How many we got left, Dane?
Just 2.
Okay. Pertaining to the dusting I experienced with Sonax the other day, I've dropped steel ball bearings into my polish bottles, but I've yet to see the result, if any. Well,
Okay, well,
good luck,
curious.
Andy.
All right.
Alex, who knew a Q&A would provide so many visuals? A gift. Alex, that's why you tune in every week. You never know what's going to happen on a Q&A.
Just gotta get
Could
Dane
be anything.
touching his tongue to the
Yeah.
bottom of his shoe. And
Let's not.
Strange why he licked. I didn't think he needed to lick it, but hey,
nobody
teach his own.
asked.
Yeah.
Okay.
Teach his own.
Speaking of which, guys, gals, everybody in between, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for listening. We really appreciate it, and we really appreciate you. And another thing we'd really appreciate is if you subscribe to the Rag Company YouTube channel. If you haven't done it already, what are you doing? You're listening to us. You must like what we have to say. Go subscribe. It helps us out, and it helps us help you. So
Yep.
that's what
and
matters.
go donate, and then be sure to submit your receipt to that Google form so
On
that
the
you
Rag
can be
Company
entered.
Podcast Facebook group.
Yep, so you
We'll
can be
find you
entered
over there.
for the Brooks giveaway.
All right, guys. Take care. We'll see you next week. Adios.
Bye.